What is up? What is up, Jimmy and more Jimmy and Sergio? Wise Cam isn't terrible. I mean, it's not great, and it's got a serious fisheye effect, and it's really wide, which is why it's got the fisheye effect. But it works, and they're cheap. So there you go, Jimmy. Get one of these because this is a $20 cam, Wise cams, and you load the firmware on it. I believe you still have to buy an SD card. I don't think it comes with a big enough SD card. You need a. They say 32. It's running right now with a 16 gigabyte card, whatever. It's a 16. It's not a 32. But I mean, it's running fine as long as you're not trying to record anything. It don't need it, and it won't. I don't think it'll record once the firmware update is done like this. So that's not. I mean, that's not terrible. I can deal with that. It's a little weird color-wise, but I think it's actually more accurate than the Logitech is. It's definitely a wide angle. We got both printers in view now. It's pretty bizarre. Makes me look fatter. I'm over it though. But yeah, Jimmy, you can get one of these off of Amazon. I think they're 20 or 25. I think they're up to like $25 now. How much are they? Share screen. Share. Let's go to Amazon. I knocked myself out of the stream, didn't I? I just realized here I am going through freaking Amazon. I didn't realize I clicked on the Amazon link in the StreamYard's page. So here I am going over all the Vice Cam crap, and there's no one even here. That's funny. Oh, what's that? What's my neighbor doing? Just made my morning coffee. I can't believe I haven't looked at those containers before. Looking like the folders. Yeah. Anyway, sure. Yeah, I mean, I had them for regular Wise cams originally. I had them because they had the motion detection where it would send you a thing on your phone. When my father first got sick and was wandering off, they kept finding him going down the highway, in his slippers and his robe. So I put the Wise cams around the house. So anytime he left the house, he tried to go out, it would catch him on camera, and I could go catch him. So anyway, they work pretty well. I had a bunch of them. My brother sent me a couple, and I bought a couple, and now I only have one. I don't know. Oh, I think I returned one because it was a bad one. Good news at the doctor. I don't have to go back. That is good news. How did I drink this whole bottle of rum? I didn't buy this that long ago, and I haven't drank in a while, and the thing's pretty much gone. But I haven't drank that much. I did the first week of April. I mean, I bought this in March, I think, or the first week of April, maybe. It's almost gone. I still have the big bottle around here sometimes, too. I can't believe that much of that one's gone. Oh, well. Yes, I'm having a drink, people. Rum and Coke time. Cheers. Out of my... Not that you can read it, but it's a Nimba glass. Southeastern Connecticut Nimba, and the Southeastern's all scratched right here, because if I can find out where it is. Because, it got scratched in the dishwasher. Well, if you're sharing your camera like that, I'm not sharing it like anything. It's going through StreamYard. It's not like it's just open. It's only shared to StreamYard. Rum evaporates. Yeah, not with the lid closed. I guess I just drank that much rum. I did have a week or so right after my father passed of a couple a night. Anyway, so yeah. So the Wise Camp's pretty good. I mean, I don't really like the fisheye effect that it has. It doesn't thrill me, but for this kind of crap, who cares? I do know it's a little slow, like when I'm moving and I'm watching it. There's a jittery lag. It's not as fast. Not as high of a frame rate, I guess would be the word. But I mean, for this kind of crap, who cares? I actually think the colors are more accurate. The red is bright, but that is bright. I mean, that blanket is that color. It's a little darker in real life, but not terribly. The red on here showing up right. That's an accurate red, and most reds don't look the right color. The orange looks orange, where normally that looks red in the camera. Oh, thinking of that, I should run downstairs real quick. Anyone want to jump in? 3D printing and painting, you need to jump in. I haven't seen you on a stream in a while. Hey, Sean, what's up? Somebody jump in. I have to run downstairs real quick and grab a box. Because I used a little bit of my play money. I got my $200 of play money from my brothers the other day. And $200 of play money. 100 of it goes right out to insurance and bills. Like immediately. So that means I get $100 a month of play money, but whatever. Jimmy, buy a damn camera.
I got major hospital and doctor bills coming up. I want to see how bad that is first.
Dude, it's $20. I mean, it's $20. They're not expensive. All right, let's get up a collection for freaking Jimmy to buy a camera. I think we can collect $20 tonight for you to get a camera.
I'll do a collection. I'll get one eventually.
Need it now. Tired of looking at a freaking out of focus glue stick. All right, I'll be right back. Keep them entertained for 2 minutes. Oh crap! If I can walk that far.
Yeah. How's things in North Carolina, Sean? That's good to hear. Looks like Florida's going to open up on Monday. Most things to be open. No gyms, no bars.
Oh, now we're what the hell is that? Some kind of is that nail polish remover?
Yes, exactly. Printed solid goodies.
Yep. I was just looking. I got so many knives here. Like, I really have too many knives. I have like 4 or 5 of those little mini utility knives.
So what you got in there? Filament?
Mostly. There's a couple other things. I should have the printer going right now. Mystery orange. Ooh. It's a mystery how orange it is. It's so very orange. See, that does kind of look reddish, doesn't it? But it's still not as bad as it. It has an orange tint, and it could be because of the, sealed bag.
Good looking orange on my screen.
Is it orange?
Yep.
Most of those, like the Logitech cameras, turn orange red. And then we have a little divider. And we have some actual red. And then we have some very needed pulleys and idler bearings. And that's it. This is what I really wanted. The orange I just got because I'm almost out. And I want to redo that the control box on that. Because I really didn't do a great job designing it. This is what I really want to see. This is the weird red with a very little bit of glitter or something in it.
What's the name of the spool?
Something red.
Something
I need these to tell you. Blood red glitter.
There you go.
Now, I'm not really seeing any glitter in it. Oh, yeah, I guess there is. That's kind of cool. I thought it was a different color from everything I had seen, but it's kind of a pale red. But I have a feeling once you start printing with it, it comes out different. I was hoping it was a little darker red than it is. It's a nice red. I like it. It is kind of a bloody red, but it's kind of pale. Although that might just be the glitter that's in it. Because the glitter is like super fine. It's not, like protopasta, you can see each individual flake. This is just like, it almost just makes it look shiny. It's really fine glitter. It's kind of nice. I think I'm going to like that. I might have to print something with it. I might have to print something with it right this frickin' second.
There you go.
I will take that. Yeah, I kind of like my teal green though. All my other boxes
Michael, how you doing?
are teal green. What is up, Michael? So, that is a bizarre color. I like it. Ain't nothing like this crap though. Holy freaking retina burning. It like hurts your eyes to look at it for any length of time in real life. It literally hurts your eyes to look at it. Cool. There's some pulleys and stuff for that printer so it doesn't do the wobble that has in the head. I think that's part of my only problem with that is it prints really nice, but one of the pulleys or the idler is bent or off center. So like if you manually push the carriage across, it goes wet. So let's bring up Idea Maker because did I save this to the desktop? I don't think I did. Desktop, box top. Save as STL. Save. Okay. Save. Go away. And I should probably just share my screen so everyone can see what the hell I'm doing. Not that it really matters. Is anyone else supposed to be streaming tonight? I just did this more to test the wyze cam. I wasn't planning on doing it for very long.
No, I hadn't heard of any streams coming on tonight. Viking said he might, but
yeah, he would have done it already if he was gonna.
No, we usually don't start till about 8:30 or so.
Base PLA slice. Is that gonna put sports under there? Do I have supports on? No, it is not. Do I need supports? Yeah, I need supports. Edit. Oh, I have supports on with that setting right now. Supports. Yep. Touching platform only. Save. Close. And actually, I should do it here right now. Close preview. Sports. Click on that. Create auto support. See what it does. That's exactly what I thought it would do. Start slicing. Slice. 2 hours and 48 minutes. And it should just do a border support. Okay, is there no support there, or is it just me? There's no supports there. Why are there no supports there? I did turn them on, right? Touching platform. Oh, I know why. These are too big. Let's go down to 2. Save. Slice.
There it is.
Yeah, but that's not in the actual. See, it's not putting them in there. Because the pillar is smaller than the actual wall is, so it's just saying can't do it. The only weird thing about this, if I go down to 1, it'll probably put them in. Slice. Preview. Nope. Okay, close preview. That's a weird one. Supports. Clear all supports. Oh, because I had the pillar size here too high. 1. Create auto supports.
Good evening, Paul.
Start slicing. 2 hours and 48 minutes. That sounds more like it. It's still not putting them in there. What is up with that? There's a glitch for you. That might be just the new version. Edit. Supports. Pillar size 1.
He's making a box with
Support outline. Oh, I know why. Overhang. Where's my vertical offset? That's why. Horizontal offset. Too big. This needs to be 0.25-ish. Save. Slice. It should put them in anyways, though, where I frickin' made it. There they are. There we go. Put the local desk. You know what else? Do I still have that stupid thing on? I do. That's why it's taking so long. Remove. Yes. Close. Close preview. That's probably why it wasn't doing. I forgot I had a multi-functioning slice in there. Layer changing. Export to local disk. Disk box top. Yes. Done. And then we go over to here and we open this and we go to the core XY and we tell it to upload a file and just start and just tell it to start and just go to town. And I will be using the teal that is in there already. All this crap is just roll. Now, I was saying earlier, the one thing that's weird with this whole pandemic BS that I've noticed is never thought of, the paper goods and the toilet paper. You kind of expect that, the morons that have to overbuy everything. One thing I can't get right now, I had to order through Amazon because no store has them, is freaking garbage bags. I can't get garbage bags locally. What's up?
I was in Walmart neighborhood market today, and they had everything everywhere falling off the shelves.
I won't go to Walmart right now. Walmart. Here's the thing, and I don't really have a thing against Walmart. I mean, it's a corporation like any of them. It sucks. They do stupid things because they're a corporation, and that's what corporations do. That's how they make money. But they pulled a fast one here. It just got released this week in New London County, where I live. There is, I don't know what the exact numbers are, like 6,000 cases have come up with coronavirus. Whatever. I don't think it's that many. Actually, it was 500 of them, or 100 of them, came from Walmart employees.
How do they know?
Because they all went in and had tested and said, I'm a Walmart employee. And we actually, Connecticut has a track and phone thing. It's not mandatory, you can do it, but a lot of people are doing it. And you put the little phone tracker on, you add it onto your phone, and it automatically tracks where you go. And it doesn't save any information, it just tracks the GPS on your phone. And if you come up and you go to the hospital and you get a test, and then they say, okay, you're positive, you click on the little thing that says I'm positive, and it goes back a week and tracks your phone. And anyone that was close to your phone that is also running the tracking software will get a text saying, you've been within so many feet of a person positively tested, please go get tested. We've been running that for a couple of weeks here in Connecticut. Again, it's not mandatory. People have been doing it. I haven't done it because I don't really go out but once a week, and I only go to the local store here. But anyways, they released it. They finally released it 2 weeks ago that a bunch of the Walmart employees were the largest volume of our positive tested, hospitalized people in this county were Walmart employees.
Well, I wish them luck tracking my phone.
Well, that's just it. You have to volunteer to do it.
No, first you have to get a phone to have it be able to be tracked.
Well, there's that. There's that too. I don't care. I never put it on there because, like I said, I don't go anywhere. I mean, I don't normally. I'm kind of an introvert anyway, so I don't like going anywhere. I don't like shopping. People are amazed. I love Amazon delivery. I know, again, Amazon's not the greatest corporation in the world, blah, blah, blah. But I can get most of the stuff I want delivered. I used to, order from Walmart and have it delivered. The problem is they're not doing it right now here. Because you just can't get anything. You have to go to the store to pick it up, which is so backwards to me. You'd think Walmart would shut down the actual stores and say everything is delivered. You want anything out of Walmart, we'll deliver it. But no, they won't do that here.
Well, I was there about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and the store was pretty much dead empty.
Really? Around here, it's fucking packed. People are not doing
to the place.
They're not doing the whole 6 foot thing. Everyone's just kind of ignoring it in Walmart. I haven't been there in a month or two. But that's what yeah, Walmart is in. There's a lot of people in big trouble. There's people talking about suing them because they didn't notify anyone. So these people went to Walmart shopping thinking it was safe. And, they got the virus and now they're going to blame Walmart, which.
I wish them luck.
If you go into Walmart, which is the largest populated grocery store in the area, your chances of getting it are bigger. I mean, it's just a simple numbers game.
I drove past the Walmart Supercenter.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The Walmart Superstore, because there's literally 6 Walmarts within 15 minutes of me. The one in Saybrook isn't a superstore. The one in Waterford is. The one in Norwich is. And the one in Groton is. They're all superstores, which means you could do the call or email and go and pick it up and they'll do the shopping for you. You'd think they'd do that. Nope. That's all shut down right now. If you want anything at Walmart, you got to go in to buy it. It's that's so wrong. That's the exact opposite of what we should be doing. Well, I mean, I get it. I know why. They were on the local news and everything. It's they don't have the employee base. because they all have the virus and they're all in the hospital, but they don't have the enough employees to do that. But whatever.
Yeah, the
Again,
neighborhood market was very quiet. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think there was 20 people in the whole place.
See, what's bothering me is I go to the little, in town. This is a little itty bitty, I mean, this area. This is East Lyme, and Old Lyme's even smaller than East Lyme. And it's a beach town, which means it's dead right now. And I go to the grocery store here, and I wouldn't say packed, but there's a lot of people in there. And that's just why I come to find out everyone's like, oh, go to the little stores because there's less traffic because it's a little store, so you're less likely to get the virus. So everyone's going from like Niantic to avoid Stop and Shop and Walmart, and they're all coming here. Saybrook, they're coming out of East Lyme and Salem, and they're all coming to Old Lyme because it's the smallest Big Y around. You're like, oh, for one, and it's true. There's very little stuff we're out of stock in that store. Garbage bags this week. I mean, paper goods, toilet paper, but even toilet paper, there's always some there. There's a tag on it. You can only take one pack, and it's a 4-pack of toilet paper, and you're only allowed to take one. And it's store brand crap, but it's there. There's always some there. Every time I've gone shopping, there's been some there. The only thing we've really been out of, other than garbage bags, it's been pasta and rice. Can't get any pasta and rice and butter. Dairy products have been low. Although milk is always there, but you can't get half and half. We've had no problem with meats other than they're getting ridiculously expensive. Yeah, well, Walmart's kind of a...
This Walmart was stocked with everything.
Yeah,
and there was guys with carts stuffing more onto the shelves.
I just hate Walmart just because I can't stand walking around the place. It's too freaking big. It kills my knees. I can go out in my yard, out in the uneven ground, and work all day long. My knees will bother me at the end of the day bad. I go into Walmart or any store for 10 minutes and walk around. My knees are freaking throbbing. It's the concrete floors is what it is. So,
why don't you use the electric cart?
Huh?
Why don't you use the electric cart?
I'm not going to use that. There's people that actually need it. I don't actually need it.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I can walk. It might hurt, but I can walk. And for one, it's good exercise for me. It's not like I'm damaging my knee any worse. They're as bad as they're going to get. I can't make them any worse.
Well, my scooter does 20 miles an hour, and I can go from one corner of a big Walmart to the other in about 30 seconds.
You bring your own?
Yes.
Yeah.
The ones they have in the store are so slow, evolution passed them, and the breeze knocked them over.
When I broke my neck back in the 80s, they were just coming out with those, and I was driving them around because then I couldn't. There was no way I could go through the store, with that big freaking halo on walking around. And, God, those things it was actually kind of cool, other than the one I had didn't steer proper. It had the swinging arm steering.
Yeah, those suck.
And you go around a freaking corner, and you can't fit around the corner to go down an aisle without either bumping the aisle with the cart or bumping the aisle with the handle.
I can do U-turns in the aisle in the store.
Yeah, I'm sure you got a regular steering wheel one or the racing wheel one, right?
It's like it's a trike.
Yeah. Oh, so it's got a
handlebars will turn past 90 degrees.
Same difference. Yeah, no, this had the big swinging arm freaking steering. It was like, how are you supposed to even... It's like you got to be like an old grandma making a corner in the road. You got to pull way to the right to go left. Otherwise, you'll bump crap. It was obnoxious. That was, when the hell did I break my neck? 93. So, it's when they first started coming out with those little carts in the shopping centers. They were like a brand new thing. Matter of fact, I had to when I was going, I had to call ahead so they'd charge it. Otherwise, they weren't charged. They only had two, I think, in the whole shopping center then.
Yeah, I used to have to get on them about that before I got mine. Because I can't make it across the store without something.
Yeah. I can like use a walker or something. Usually, if I got the cart, I'm all right because I just lean on the cart and use it like a walker if it's really bothering me. But I just don't. I don't like shopping. I don't like being there. I don't like the big store. I don't need that much crap. All it does is give me more options to do this. Buy this shit I don't need. I freaking hate that. Every time I go shopping, I try to avoid it, and I'm like, oh, I'll go get a bag of chips. And I end up walking out with, 5 bags of junk food. Need to stop eating that crap.
I like going to the store because it lets me work on my Hot Wheels collection.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I got a big collection of Hot Wheels.
My brother's got a whole bunch of, not just Hot Wheels. He does models and Hot Wheels and anything car model based. I mean, he's got a bunch of Hot Wheels. He's got a bunch of old. I think he's got my old original. What the hell was it? Snake and Mongoose drag race cars. Remember those?
Yeah, those are worth the money.
Because my parents got me one, and I lost it Christmas Day. Couldn't find it. Was like, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old, crying my eyes out. Man. So they literally went and got me a new one that week, and we found it behind the couch, still in the box. And my brother grabbed it, and he's had it ever since. Still in the box. It's never left the box.
Wow, that's worth good money. Still in the box.
And it's not just the cars. It's like the whole...
The transporter and everything.
No, it was the tracks, the Hot Wheels.
Set. Snake Mongoose.
The track that you clamp onto a table or something and run it down and race them. It's the whole track, Snake and Mongoose race set. Never opened. Got jammed underneath or behind the couch and never opened it. It's just like, I don't know, 6 or 8 pieces of track. It's the clamp to the table, 2 or 3 pieces of track down, 2 or 3 across the floor, and then the finish line and the 2 cars. So it's it's a box about that big. Never opened. He still got it.
You wouldn't believe how much the first year of Hot Wheels are going for. 1968, still in a package. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hundreds, thousands.
Yep. It's like those stupid. My mother's got an original set of the old blue Pyrex plate or dishes with the blue flowers on them, and those are the only ones that are worth the money. She's got a full set, like the 5-quart, 2.5-quart, bunch of 1 quarts, a whole bunch of them. Some of them are missing, and some of them have like a cracked lid or something on it. But I was watching one of those antique road shows. They're getting thousands of dollars, and I went online and looked, at what she had. They'd offer her like $8,000-9,000 for that set. She won't get rid of it. Oh, I use those. It's like, Mom, $9,000. I could go out and buy a brand new freaking set for that and have $8,000 left over. She doesn't get it. She won't let me sell them. It's like, Mom, $9,000. Get rid of the damn things. They're ancient. I still use them. Yeah, but I can buy brand new ones with that money that are nicer. Yeah, she's got a full set of them. Matter of fact, more than a set, because when she bought the set, my father got her for, I don't know, Christmas or her birthday, a whole bunch of the little like 1 pint ones that are, they're only about that tall, only, 3 or 4 inch squares with the lids. We got a whole set of like a half a dozen of those.
Yeah, I saw it. That was a pretty good movie, Michael.
They made a movie about the Snake and Mongoose not too long ago. Did they really? I didn't even hear about that. I was all into that.
Pretty good movie.
What's up, Bob? Yeah, it was different. I couldn't even tell you what they look like now. It was so long ago, but Snake and Mongoose was like the drag racing thing back in the 70s. It was like Evil Knievel and Snake and Mongoose. They were all the rage. And the Vikings football team. I don't know why I remember the Vikings, but they were big at the same time.
The mid-'60s Green Bay Packers with Bart Starr. Speaking of Vikings, good evening, Viking.
Here he is. Talking of a Viking, and you get a Viking. Except for he doesn't wear purple.
Oh, I bet on occasion he gets a little purple.
Are they still purple, the Viking football team? Were they still a purple uniform?
Purple
I
and
remember them being purple. They were like bright purple. It was always them and the Dallas Cowboys. They were like the two big competing football teams back then.
When I was working in Texas, I got to watch them put up the new Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah.
I could see it out my window. It was about 1.5 miles away.
Up on in, Viking, since you didn't stream yourself. This thing's not bad. Like I said, it's serious fisheye because it's such a wide view camera. I wish I could reset the view in it and bring it in a little, get rid of some of the fisheye.
Sure,
That's got to be a 180 degree, 190 degree freaking view port.
Sure beats looking at a bottle of acetone.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Logitech is 130 or 140 degree view, spread of view. And this is way bigger. So it's got to be 170, 180 at least degree angle. That's like pretty much covering my whole room. That's wider than my hand span. Which that thing don't do. It's just fish eyes because it's so wide, which I'm not big on the fish eye. Kind of irritates me, actually. But, again, for this, don't bother me. You hopping in there, Viking?
He just got home.
What? All right. Record this in history.
His batteries are running low.
Viking stated he is going to bed. The world must be coming to an end.
I didn't even know he had a bed.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you even actually have a bed, or do you just sleep in that little office chair?
Well, good news at the doctor today. But you don't want to see me again. I don't have to go back for this. So that was good.
That's good. I can turn that stupid ticker off. I was hoping Lightspeed would show up, so you get a kick out of that.
I was talking to the doctor today. I think
it's more than 110 degree view.
I think I'm going to go after Social Security disability. He says I hit enough points to qualify, so I'll try and get that.
Got to be more than 110 degree view. But let's find out. Well, you're right. It says 110 degree viewing angle. Tell you what, that's more than 110 degrees. He is absolutely right. It says 110 degrees. I'm going to go with, let's see. Okay, there's my fingers. So, yeah, maybe that is about 110 degrees. awful lot of fisheye for 110 degree, because these are 120. And I like these. That's one of the other reasons I like these is these don't fisheye, because like the GoPros and stuff are, I don't know, 140 or 150, whatever they are. They fisheye because they're such a wide degree angle with such a small vertical height, whatever. That's what causes the fisheye is having a really wide angle lens. No, he's right though. It says 110 degree.
Well,
That's about what my fingers figured out.
breaking news on Fox News.
Oh God!
Trump said he's seen the evidence that the virus escaped from the lab in Wuhan.
Yeah, right.
I'm just telling you what they said. I wasn't.
Yeah, I don't believe none of it. Not that I don't. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if some Chinese scientist, cooked it up in a lab. It wouldn't.
They're not saying they cooked it up. They're saying it escaped from the lab.
Yeah, in other words, they cooked it up. Just like West Nile Isle over here behind me. I don't know if you realize, but I mean, you've been up here. You realize that. What do you call it? We call it West Nile Isle. What do you call it? Island is the federal biohazard island out here off the end of Long Island. Like straight out. If you go straight south from that window, if you go straight south of that is the island that all the, it's the biohazard chemical testing island feds, Put it this way, if you go up there and you try and land a boat on it, like 100 little National Guard dudes jump out and try and shoot you.
Huh.
We used to do that all the time as kids. We'd go get a dinghy and put a big-ass motor on it, like a 5-horsepower motor, and get like 5 or 6 5-gallon cans of gas and cruise across the sound in it. And we used to, play with the National Guard guys and try and land on the island and sit on the beach. It has really nice beaches on it. I mean, get on the beach and just hang out for an hour. It's like a really nice sand, and it's just a nice beach, in the middle of the water. It's a little island. I mean, the whole island's only, 15 or 20 acres, if that. It's got the big office building, chemical plant in the middle, but other than that, it's all woods around it with the one dock that they go in and out, the big speedboat that they use. And then the transport boat for all the, doctors and whatever they go there. But anyways, we used to land on the island and sit there and wait for the National Guard to come out, and they'd come out and chase us. We hop in the boat and then go, take off, go around the island, and try and land somewhere else. And they'd pop out of the woods again and be like, "Get out of here!" It got to be a joke. I mean, there was guys you could just tell they'd be laughing at us. It was like. I think they'd like doing it because it just gave them something to do.
Break up the boredom.
Yeah. I mean, they come running out. We'd hop in our little boat. I mean, come on. They're guys with, M16s and stuff. If they really wanted to stop us, we'd be. And I mean, they've got a massive cigarette boat on the other end of the island that, it's got the horns and the sirens. They've got I don't know, what do you call it? The Coast Guard fancy attack boat, little, almost like the PT boats were, but not quite the new modern version of the PT boat, whatever it is. And then, they have all that. So if they really wanted to catch us, they just get in the damn boat and chase us down. We're in a little, 12-foot dinghy with a 5-horsepower motor on it. Yeah. It ain't like we're going to escape them with a dozen guys in it and a freaking keg of beer. Not like we're going to get away from them if they really wanted to catch us. This is back in the 70s, early 80s. I was still in high school doing that crap. I don't even think they do anything anymore there. They were talking about shutting that down. Actually, Long Island was fighting about shutting it down because they were going to move it down to Virginia where the other submarine base is. There's a big, whatever island out there that they can do all that stuff on. Long Island was fighting them because it would put a lot of the little stores and stuff, because there's like 300 or 400 employees on that island right now. They all live right there in Orient Point. All the doctors and all the little stores, and you wipe all that out and you move all the doctors out of there. Orient Point basically shuts down. There ain't nothing out there but the one ferry bringing, because Orient Point brings you back and forth to here, to London. Other than that, there ain't nothing on Orient Point.
I'm hearing they shut down the beach in Old Lyme or East Lyme or
Old Lyme shut down its beach for the summer. They got big freaking signs out. They just put them up today. And I went to the I had to go to the post office, and I went to Dollar General and got junk food like an idiot. They have all the closing, the big blinky freaking highway signs up saying all the beaches are now closed. Well, this is like you guys. This is the time we start getting really busy, and we've gotten an influx of New York plates, and they're all hanging out on the beach and everything. And the town is like, get the hell out of here. We don't want you here from New York City, for one. We have our own problems. Don't come here from New York City. Just don't come here. Stay in your own damn houses.
leave your money and go home.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. A lot of them are trying to escape. I don't know how they're getting here because the highway's shut down too. You can't get across the border from New York State into Connecticut right now.
Got to make a hell of a traffic jam.
There's no traffic because you're not allowed to. It's shut down. Only, whatever essential personnel and semi-trucks are the only thing allowed through the border. You come across the border, you hit a National Guard checkpoint, and they take your temperature, make sure you're not sick, ask you a billion questions. Anyone coming out of New York City up 95 is going to hit a freaking National Guard check site.
So the commuter trains are shut down too?
Commuter trains haven't run in a month.
Wow.
Everything, it's all bus. Amtrak's completely shut down. The only thing Amtrak's doing is they're actually running diesels. It's driving me nuts because they're freaking loud as crap. I'm so used to now the electrics. I mean, I grew up with the diesels. You get used to them after a while. You don't even hear them. But, they've had electric for so long. All the freight trains they're running right now are diesel. And the freaking thing comes through and there's, 50 or 60 cars behind it now instead of the 5 or 10. It's like for 20 minutes. Like it used to be. I mean, it used to be that way in the 70s. 70s and 80s. Oh, my God. Especially in the summertime. Freight trains used to come through at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and they would go by for like a half an hour. Just tickety, tackety, tickety, tackety, tickety, tackety, tickety, tackety, tickety, tackety. Just like you always see in the stupid shows. I mean, I don't know if these guys realize, but the train tracks are only a quarter of a mile away at the end of my driveway. That's the main Amtrak run up the shoreline.
That's one of the busiest rail lines in the country.
Huh?
That's one of the busiest rail lines in the country.
Yeah, it used to be. It isn't anymore. It's actually busier from what I understand going from New York to D.C. than it is from New York to Boston now. It used to be New York to Boston was like a major train route. Because most of that was the one good thing is Connecticut pushed it and was actually paying New York to not have semi-trucks on the roads. When we first started rebuilding 95 there, well, remember when the bridge collapsed there in late 80s?
Mianus River Bridge.
Yep.
I remember T-shirts.
They paid a wicked bonus thing to the state of New York to have all the semi-trucks drive up onto a train and take a train through Connecticut. So they didn't have to come up 95. They were going, if they were going through Connecticut, not into Connecticut, but all the way through, like most of them do. Most of them coming out of New York or going to Boston or up to National New Hampshire or up to Vermont. He's like, can't get through 95, so they're all trying to go up 83 or 84. Can't do that because that's a cluster fuck already. Don't need all that extra traffic. So back then when it was, who the hell was it? Weicker, I think it was. Wasn't it President Weicker or Governor Weicker or whatever his name was?
Lowell Weicker.
Yeah, old Weicker. We paid like New York, like, I don't know, something ridiculous, like $10 billion to take flatbed trains, and just the truck drivers drive their trailers up onto the train, and you put two of them side by side on every trailer, on every car on the train, and you'd see the trains go by with hundreds and hundreds of semi trucks sitting on the freaking train. Just the trailer, not the cabin and everything. It was just the trailer.
I used to drive by the governor's mansion going to and from work every day.
Man. Did you ever go into Bluff Point?
Where?
Bluff Point, right there in Groton.
Probably been there one time or another, but
it's a huge park. It's all out in the woods, but people don't realize the first governor of Connecticut's house is in the park. We know it's left is the old stone foundation, but
yeah, I read about that.
Yeah, and the actual trails, they're all like dirt roads. State calls them trails. It's a dirt freaking road. They were the original Boston Post Road.
First year I got my license, I put 35,000 miles on it. Never left Connecticut.
Yeah, the original Boston Post Road was a dirt road, and it was not a straight line, like 95 is now. It literally followed the coast. Yeah, because his house, when he became governor, or was he he was the governor. I can't remember. But anyway, his house was not only his house, but because it was the main, it was Boston Post Road back then, it was a general store, it was the post office, and it was just him and his wife and kids, and when the horse came through with the mail, he dropped it off at his house, and everyone went to his house to pick up their mail. There's like a whole historic thing on it. If you look up Bluff Point and all the history behind it, because it used to be a big farm. It's all woods now, but if you go back, like 1870s, 1900s, when photography first started, there's pictures of it. It's just like wide open cow fields. Huge acres and acres and acres and acres and acres of cows. Which I thought was cool. It's amazing how quickly nature takes back over because Bluff Point's it's a forest now. It's called Bluff Point Forest.
Trees are going to grow good in that field after all them cows were there.
Well, yeah. There's some big ass trees in there. There was trees even with the cows. There was, there's always that couple of trees they leave in there for shade. Yeah, it was a military cow farm. It's where they send it all off to the wars or whatever, some crap. I don't remember the details behind it all. But they were all.
They got the sign there that says George Washington ate cow here.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because you go and they have it marked, and there's just there's multiple they call them trails. They're dirt roads. They're small dirt roads. They're they're wagon trails in the woods, and there's like three of them that all congeal in this one place. And there's a sign that says whatever the frickin' name was. I think it was Whitman or something. Whiteman House, and you're looking at it, and all you see is raspberry bushes. There's just thorns and raspberry, and it's all berry bush. And you're looking at it going, where's this foundation? There's this little itty bitty trail. If you walk down it, your arms get scratched up from the briars. All of a sudden, it steps down, and you're in this. You look around, and you're in this big, massive stone foundation with all the raspberry bushes growing out of it. raspberry or blueberry or whatever the hell they are. They're all thorny berry bushes, briars, crap. It's pretty cool, actually, though. They have like a photo. You go down into the basement. They got another little kiosk thing with a photo from his house, and you can like see the water. You're like, wait a minute, I'm like a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile from the water still. Well, you can see his trees.
Did you ever go to Old Newgate Prison up in Granby?
No. You know what's really creepy is the insane asylum that the state took back over again this year. So it used to be old, crazy asylum from the, 17, 18, 1900s, whatever it was. I think it was 1800s, right next to Harkness Park. And the state owned it, and it was supposed to, they leased it. They had a 50-year lease for a development company under the pretense that the development company was going to, develop the property and increase the, income in the area kind of thing. It was you get the property cheap if you actually do all this that will increase the economy in the area. And they never did anything. The state took it back, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And they let some people in there, but the old stone insane asylum is still standing there. And they let this guy in there with his little like DJI quadcopter, and he flew around it. He's flying through the freaking old building and everything. It is freaking creepy. I don't know why they don't just like clean it up and open it. Leave it there as a relic, clean it up, get rid of all the. Obviously, there's like trees and crap and bushes growing in the building now. But the building structure, everyone says, is safe. It was a really well-built stone building. The only missing is the roof. Make it a park. Make it so people can walk through it and check it out. All the little insane asylum cells and everything. Their little gates and crap. Can't remember the name of it. Now I'm going to have to look. No, I'm just going to have to look. Hey, if you go directly to Wyze, it's $19.99 for their camera. Just ask Alexa, it says. Live stream with 8 times digital zoom. Check out your home anywhere, blah, blah, blah. But it only works on a phone, unless you do like I did and hack the firmware. Anyway. Maps.google. Maps.google. If I could type google.com. I'm going to remember what the hell the name of that place is. Here, I'll even share my screen so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing, which will be funny. Wrong one. This one. And we go over to here. And let's see. Should be right here. Harkness. Let's go to the satellite view. And pull in here. Somewhere right around here, I think, is the old insane asylum. Let's see. Where the hell is it? It's right here somewhere. I don't think that's it. Not big enough. I think it's on this side of the swamp over here. I can't remember where exactly it is.
It's in Norwich.
No, that's a different one. This is right on the water. It's next to Harkness. That's an old one. Ah, here we go. The sanctuary. This thing. Right here. Looks like they cleaned it up.
Nice piece of property.
Oh, it's huge. I don't get it. Some developer bought it / leased it. I'm not sure of the details. I think the lease was 10 years time with reassessment with a 50-year lease, and it was like $1 a year lease. It was just, please do something with the property. The state doesn't want to play with it anymore. Do something with the property and increase, the economy in the area. Yeah, these are all. Oops. Come on. These are all like insane asylum stuff. Yeah, this is it right here. They cleaned it all up. This is recent. Because a few years ago, I looked at this when the state first took it over, and all of this was overgrown and crap. This is all you can see. It was recently mowed, and they've been working on it. And the state just took it back over not too long ago. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you can just go on Google and check it out. Because that place was built. Whoops. Come on. Stop. It's always doing things off because the frickin' computer's overworked. Trying to do everything streaming. Because over here, might as well zoom out so I can do it faster. Can you zoom in on the subbase so they still have it blocked out? Come on. Do what I'm asking you. Why are you giving me that? I didn't want that. Groton. Wow, you can actually see the subbase. You can actually see a submarine. They used to block this out. You never used to be able to see this. That's General Dynamics where they build the subs. These are 2 subs right here. Wet dock. And this is a dry dock, and there's another dry dock right here. There's another sub.
Yeah, I thought they had them covered up.
Yeah, it used to be. Well, you can get right in there. Oh, that's not. Is that? Yeah, no, that's a sub. That's a sub under construction. These are the 2 that are in repair. This is the wet dock repair station.
Oh, that lower one's a boomer.
They're all boomers now.
Oh, they don't do the fast attacks there?
Everything here is a atomic boomer. Nothing else here. Everything else is down in Georgia now. Or Virginia. Well, can we actually get up to the subbase? How many we got in the subbase? Here's all of the active submarines. This is the actual nuclear subbase. Because right here is the Nautilus, the very first nuclear submarine. And that's a park now. You can go in it.
That's got to be cool.
It is cool. It used to be really cool. They recently, 4 or 5 years ago, you used to go in it and you just went in it. It was just a submarine. There was a guide with you, but you just went in there. Everything was there. Now it's all blocked off with plexiglass dividers, and you can't touch it. I mean, you can literally just go in and start playing with the controls and stuff. None of it worked, but you could literally sit down at the radar guy's seat. When I was a kid, we all used to go in there and just hang out. It was free. You don't pay anything for it. You just go in and it's a museum. Now they've got it. It's there's basically a channel down the whole length of it that you can walk through, and all you can do is look through the plexiglass. You can't really touch or look at anything up close. So all you can do is, go down the hallway. Pretty cool. Let's go check out West Nile Isle. They must not have that blocked off anymore either. Here's Orient Point, and here's Plum Island, or better known as West Nile Isle. This is where the West Nile virus came from, or Lyme disease. They can almost pretty much guarantee a Lyme disease came from this island. Because Here's Old Lyme, where it originated, where I live. And I live right here. This is my house right where that S is. Actually, my house is right here. And my driveway is a little over a half, or just under a half a mile long. And then the train tracks, and then swamp. And as you can see, it's all swamp around me, which isn't as much swamp as it used to be, but this is actually a big hill. It's like right here, my driveway from about here to here is a big pointy, like it's almost a mountain that I live on.
Where's Black Point?
Black Point's right here. There's Rocky Neck. And here's Black Point right here. Let's see. That's Great Neck. This is Black Point. Old Black Point's right here. That's all Black Point right here. That's where you were, right? In Black Point?
Crescent Beach.
Oh, same difference. That's Crescent Beach. See, Crescent Beach is actually up here a little ways, isn't it?
Yeah, it's up at the top.
Yeah, it's right here. This is Crescent Beach right here, if I remember correctly. And then you go over here, and you go back to, this is all changed. They got it new here. It used to be Grizzle Point right here. Like right about where it says the Connecticut River. There used to be a landmass until we had a big hurricane. There used to be like landmass. Well, you can sort of see it in the shadow here. It used to come out way out to here. And then it all eroded away. And that's when, I don't know if you heard, but right about, I don't know if you can see it. That might be it right there. No, it's just a wave. Somewhere around here. Is that it? Or is that just a log? That's just a log. That might be part of it. An old ship got uncovered when the point eroded away after the storm. Like I said, there used to be a massive sandbar here, like massive. It was like a half a mile long. We used to go out there and hang out and drink beers, and now it's just gone. Hurricane came through, waves took it away, just eroded all the sand away. But an old like whaling ship got uncovered when it did, which was pretty cool. We were all depressed because the point went away, because everybody in town, I mean, you go out there and all the locals used to hang out at Grizzle Point. I mean, nice summer day, everybody gets in their boat, goes out to Grizzle Point and just hangs out and barbecue, and there'd be 200 or 300 people out there. It was like hanging out on the beach.
With no tourists.
All the locals would hang out. It was like the local get away from the regular beach area to hang out. Because you could only get there by boat. You couldn't walk out there. It's too much swamp to get out there. But, yeah, they rode it out in an old sailing ship. They think it was a slave ship got uncovered. I think it's right here somewhere. You should still be able to see it. It's still there. They didn't want to. It was too rotten, so they didn't want to disturb it. I think that's it right there. And it's like right on the point, if I remember correctly. It's like right here somewhere. That's just a tree. Those are just trees. Those are just trees. Those are just trees. Last I heard, it was still there. I haven't really followed it much since it originally got uncovered. Driftwood, lots and lots of driftwood. Is that it? Right here? No, that's just driftwood. Because it's obvious too. You can see it. It's like you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a boat. That might be it. No, that's just driftwood. Or is it? That might be it. I don't know. It's out there somewhere. Those two screwed up. They were talking about trying to find a way to like excavate it and clean it up and investigate it and everything. And they're like, it was too rotten or whatever. I don't know the details, but too badly damaged for them to figure out how to dig it up and get it out of there without damaging it. They went out there with like the sonar-y things where they can, you know, map it basically underground. It was pretty cool. They had it all blocked off for years. I know it's not anymore. They may have pulled it out of there. That was, I don't know. When the hell was that? God, that was like 90s, early 2000s.
I left out of Connecticut in 84, 85.
Yeah, that's when I was a kid still. I mean, I graduated high school in 83, so I was still a kid, a 20-year-old kid, but I was still a kid. I actually went to college in, let's see, 85 or 86. When I graduated high school, I had my first car accident. 2 years of operations and learning how to walk again, and then went to college.
I was in college when I was 17.
Well, I was supposed to go to college right out of high school, but again, I had kind of a major car accident, and the whole right side of me kind of got devastated. And a lot of operations and putting my fingers back on and putting my eye back in, and about 2 years.
Hell of a job of it.
Huh?
Sounds like you did a hell of a job of it.
Yeah, I took the telephone pole in my arm. You know how you put your hand out the window?
Yeah.
Hold on to the roof. The pole literally hit my arm.
Oof.
Right here. These two fingers were severed off. They sewed them back on. My eye popped out. My right femur, I guess this bone is, just split in half and came out the side of my kneecap. All my ribs, livers, kidneys. Put it this way, my brother was the EMT, showed up, didn't know who the fuck I was, was working on me, and the kid driving got launched out of the car into the bushes on the side of the road. He woke up after the ambulance had been there a while, came walking out. My brother looked up, looked at the car, looked at me and said, I can't do this, you know, this is my brother. It like took him a minute for it to click. Wow. He didn't recognize me. The whole right side of my face was just freaking gone. They peeled all the skin and everything back. You can see skull. Oh, right here. There's a big old scar across my forehead, right at the hairline. There's one going down the side of my nose. Most of the scars are underneath. They did all up through the lip when they did all the reconstruction. That's why I did my dumb ass. Half my brain got removed. Then 10 years later, I broke my neck. Did the left side of my body. In a car. Halloween night. Halloween Eve. The night before Halloween. Anyway, on that note, how long we've been streaming? 1 hour and 19 minutes. See, you're not going to bed. You could have been on here, Tom. This whole time you've been yakking in chat. I haven't really been paying attention to chat. My printer's printing away. I really love that filament. I'm going to say that's in my top 5 favorite filaments. Paramount 3D. They just have, it prints so beautifully. It's not ridiculously expensive. It's not cheap. I think it's 22 or 23 bucks a roll. And it's regular PLA. They call it PLA plus. It's chemicalized regular PLA. But it's not like high temperature or high strength or anything. It just prints really well. And their colors are just amazing. They have some of the coolest colors. Matter of fact, my next order, I really, really wanted to try that red from Printed Solid. And I needed more of the orange. That was the big thing, is I needed more of the orange for that printer. But my next one's going to be some more Paramount 3D. Probably going to get some of their iron red. They have the black cherry. The black cherry is awesome. I want some more of that. They just have nice, deep, dark, rich colors, which nobody else seems to have. I was hoping frickin' David Printed Solid would start doing some deep, dark. I love the deep, dark colors like that. It almost looks black, and it's green. It's Leviathan green, I think they call it. It is beautiful. It is a smashing color. There you go. It's like a blue sea green. It looks blue on the camera, huh? It's actually
like a dark teal.
Yeah, it's almost the same color as my shirt in the camera, and it's not even close. It's way more green. The camera's, well, you can sort of see it there. It's close to the color combo.
Viking must have a bed. He says he's on it.
Yeah, no, it's just his 3D printer bed.
Yeah.
He's curled up on his TiVo.
He keeps working.
He's curled up like a kitty cat on the TiVo printer bed. I've been doing that a lot lately. I've watched a couple of live streams in the last month, where I'll sit in bed and I've got this goofy little, it's like an iPad stand. Holds the iPad so I don't have to hold it while I'm in bed. But I'll sit there and watch streams while I'm laying in bed. Watch videos. I actually been watching a lot of ZBrush videos. Trying to figure out ZBrush. ZBrush is, why did they, I don't get why they had to like not follow standard menu layout, computer or window layouts. Like they had to make their own. It's like, why can't you just put file on the left like everybody else and edit next like everybody? I mean, Mac or Windows, the basic, file menu, it's like file, edit, view, whatever. You know what I mean? Even Linux, Windows, Mac, they all have that basic same, they might switch one or two of them around, but they're all basically the same. No, ZBrush had to like move all the things around. All of those up in the top are now down like 3 menus down, and there's menus above them. It's just so confusing.
Viking says his new printer, Emir, is going to be a Murphy bed.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to need it. You're going to freaking build that thing. It's going to take up half your freaking apartment. It's going to be huge. Little itty bitty apartment, and he's going to have a printer that's freaking bigger than the bathroom. Yeah, you can curl up like a cat on it. You would be amazed at how small of a bed you can curl up on. Anyway, it's been an hour and 24 minutes. Is anyone else streaming? I haven't even looked.
Well, I got no notifications.
Yeah, I haven't been getting many. Thought Ward Cocky was going to stream tonight.
It'll come on till later, 10 o'clock or later.
Oh, wow, it's only 8:30? Feels like 9:30. He usually starts right around 8 or 9, or he used to. I know he's starting later and later and later. Excuse me. was the last stream? FDM Lounge Hangout. Yesterday, 20 hours ago. Yeah, it's just too late for me. They just don't understand that the East Coast time is the only time there is, and the rest of you guys, Middle, Central, West Coast, just don't matter. It's all about the East Coast clock. And on that note, I think I'm going to kill it.
Well,
I'm actually getting kind of tired, and I'm going to go watch some Strike Back, I think, and probably fall asleep.
it's been nice chatting with
Get a damn camera, will you? Order a Wyze cam. They're cheap. $20.
Give me a few days. I want to see the doctor and hospital bill first.
I know you're a wealthy fucking multi-trillionaire sitting down in Florida in your little itty-bitty raised ranch hiding all your money in the backyard.
I wish.
If it were only that easy. Anyway, I'm going to kill it because I'm getting really tired all of a sudden.
All right, catch you later.
Probably from the rum and coke.
Oh, there's Mad Monkey coming in.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just shows up. What's up, Mad Monkey? Well, you want to jump in, dude? If he jumps in, I'll keep it going. How's that? Because at least he'll make it, less boring. Because he's goofy and funny.
That he is.
Otherwise, I'm just going to kill it because I'm going to fall asleep. Because listening to myself babble is just getting boring. Come on, Jordan, jump in here to keep us all awake. It's only 8:30 at night, 20 of 9. Yeah, no, it was weak rum. Weak rum and coke. I was already tired. Hop on in here, Jordan. Wake us up a little. Have some excitement. Give us something to actually talk about besides my stupidity. Well, get out of here. Build a printer. That would be perfect. I won't go to bed if you're freaking on here and I've got some actual entertainment besides staring at my own damn ugly self and freaking Jimmy's bottle of freaking nail polish. I actually have someone to have a conversation with beside the bottle of nail polish, I might stay awake. What printer are you building? Get on here. Now I want to know what printer you're going to build. Hey, he's an ex-split broadcaster. There he is.
There it is.
What's up, Jordan?
Oh, not much.
Looks like your filament rack is filling up a little bit.
What's that?
Looks like your filament rack is filling up a little bit.
Oh, it's getting plentiful.
I've got to ban you.
It doesn't take long, Jimmy. It doesn't take long at all to start filling her up.
I was going to send these to you as a freaking joke.
And then you realize the joke is on you because it's going to cost you a fortune.
$35 freaking dollars.
Okay, so I sent a package this big. Okay, so I made a plate frame for somebody, like it's extra deep to cover over a special thing. I think we talked about it one day. Yeah. So not much plastic at all, right? Like 100 grams, maybe. Okay, bubble package, yay big. It's going an hour and a half away from here. Cost me $14.
Yeah.
I would have been better off convincing my buddy who just drove all the way from there with a load of my stuff to just bring it back with him.
Yeah.
But he had done enough. He's done enough for me for a long time. Jay's good people. So he was always good people, but
what are you gonna do with that little mosquito hot in there?
Oh, that little guy.
Is that what you're gonna build with tonight?
No, that little guy is gonna. That's a future build. That's gonna take some planning and some organizing.
So that's gonna be a real printer. You're not just gonna slap it on one of the things you got now.
No, it is. What's going on? One of the ones back. It's a Magnum 0.8 nozzle.
Yeah.
With a BMG M. That's going on the Chiron.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna print giant noodles of awesome.
Viking wants to know if you're
Just so
building.
you know, 0.8 nozzle is like awesome to just do spiral vases. They actually come out watertight. And
Yeah, you just
crap.
up the multiplier to like a 1 or something, right?
Yeah. I just print it in normal with the 0.8 nozzle. I just print it normal, whatever. You know, I actually have my extruder width set at like 0.82 or something, 0.84, I think, with the 0.8.
Yeah, I got to build a profile for it and everything, and I want to take my time on that one because the slice is a nice hot end, right? That thing's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been fortunate enough to hold one, but
well, when he first came out with them, I was at IRF and he was showing them off. I guess he showed them off at Murph, a couple of months before that, but they weren't even for sale, I guess, at Murph, and then at IRF, he was actually selling them. And I so wanted one, and I kept looking at it going, $150. Like, and blah, blah. That then at that time, it didn't include the fan, the heater core, the thermistor.
Still doesn't.
It was like, you're talking like $200.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like, I mean.
That was for the little one.
How dare you do it?
I don't think we're talking small potatoes here when we talk about a slice hot end. That's not a. There's a certain level of expectation you're getting out of something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just. I mean, when you want to talk about. Like quality of the build.
Yeah. Oh
and
no.
It's so freaking tiny. Like you saw it, right? It's tiny.
It's tiny. It's actually not that much smaller than a V6. It is a little bit, but it just looks smaller because of the way it's built.
It's. Don't get all llama on me now. It is way smaller than V6.
It is definitely smaller.
I don't even know where my V6
quite a bit lighter too, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you the weight thing, but I mean, you're talking a V6 nozzle, right? Like a V6 is about like that. By the time you get the
mount,
by the time you get the heat sink and everything on there, you're about like this big. The slice is this big.
I know.
Like it's this big all in. The BMG for it fits like a glove. There's no PTFE involved whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. Well,
none.
That was built for that, right? That's the one built
like you can PTFE to the top as a guide feeder.
Yeah.
I would too. I would always put just a little bit. I always put a little bit coming out the top anyways, just to protect it going into the extruder while it's moving. But that thing is.
I mean, I do it here.
Tight.
That's got a big long loopy thing going into it, just because it makes it so as it's moving, you don't end up with the filament trying to do a 90-degree turn into the hot end and snap it.
Yeah, or even just coming in, but it's rubbing on that edge just a little.
Yeah,
it'll drag, or more than likely, it'll just tear through your fitting over time.
Yeah, or just snap. I found it if you get it too tight, it just snaps the filament sometimes.
That
it's
too.
Trying to do too sharp of a turn into it.
Oh,
both of them now have it. This is the only one I don't have PTFE feeding into the driver.
Yeah, I just think it's nice. It keeps it tidy. Now the Bear clone doesn't have that Bear extruder that I got over there. I don't have any PTFE at the top because I want to see how it holds up. It's an experiment.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're feeding it straight down into it anyways, though, right?
And the spool holder's mounted above, and it comes straight down in.
So it's not like it's gonna. I always mount the spools to the side.
I don't mind them being up high and whatever.
I wouldn't want them up high. I don't like them on top of the frame because then it just becomes wobbly. Just more weight on the top. Yeah, see, I don't like that. It's just weight up on the top and you start wobbling.
Yeah, but but I print slow. And also that's
slow.
Right now I'm only printing stuff that's like 2 mils high, so there's no wobble.
No, you're not.
I'm not worried.
You start doing anything real though.
RCCNC, yeah, Bondtech BMG-M.
Yeah, it's made just for the. I mean, there's no real difference other than the little knock they put into it to mount it. It's made to mount.
Physically speaking, I mean, we can do a little comparison. I just got another BMG I bought yesterday.
Because it's just a BMG, right? It's just standard BMG.
But the big part is that
for the mirror, yeah. I mean,
the mosquito notches right into the bottom of it.
Yeah.
There's grommets, you just tighten them right in, and it's like straight shot.
Yeah.
Like I could watch you through this. And so it took a month to show up. Right?
I remember you've been bitching about it for a while now. Is it?
Well, and it's
goes
like
from here to there and sits there and then goes back.
I could have driven there and back like 10 times over. But yeah, the big thing is
whack you to ship that to you.
What's that?
How much did they whack you to ship it? You must have paid.
Shipping. You know what? So normally I would have had a duty charge and taxes when it came over.
Yeah.
And I was expecting that. The mail lady actually pulled into my driveway this afternoon. And so I was like, oh, the package is finally here, I think, because I saw that it had been to the local facility. And then it wasn't. She just left, and I was like, well, that's weird. And we have a community box. I don't know if you guys have ever seen.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so all the mailboxes are down at the end of the road.
Yeah.
So I just went down there on the way out today, and it was right in there. No duty fees, nothing. Like, I think because it took a month, they just send it through. I don't know, but I mean that's a few $100s of American goods coming in, and they just said okay, which is totally not like the Canadian government. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They could do that.
They usually want their bucks. Maybe they know you've been pushing out so goddamn much PPE for free, and they just said, you know what, that Jordan guy needs a freaking break.
Yeah.
We can actually register now. We can. I could do like a tax write-off.
Okay.
Buying stuff like for printing to give away and for aiding the whole coronavirus thing. I can get a tax number to write it off tax wise.
Just do it and be done with it. Don't make a tax thing out of it.
Well, it's a good thing. If people are doing something good, they're not getting like when I buy something, I can get a tax number, and I could if I was paying taxes, I don't pay taxes, but like I just ordered from Printed Solid, I would have to pay a sales tax on that normally, where I wouldn't have to if I used the tax number. Now I don't pay sales tax anyways because Printed Solid's not in Connecticut, so I don't have to pay Connecticut sales tax on it.
Oh, see, and the thing is I have to pay taxes on it regardless usually.
Yeah. I think Canada, from what I understand, Canada is having a break for you guys if you're doing that kind of stuff. If you can prove you're, helping the community, you can get
I'm sure I could, and I might at some point, but I'm not worried about it. I am pretty excited, though, that's the new style.
It's the same.
No, it's not the same. So the new BMGs, they've changed the SLS process, so it's a little bit different texture, and it's actually like a little bit more robust. Apparently, you're not likely to have your grommet pull out on anything, but instead of it being a push fitting, it's an actual PC4 fitting, so it's replaceable. The other one is technically replaceable, but you have to like dig it out with a screwdriver and then glue a new one in.
No, mine was screwing like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. They've changed. Like, it was a while ago they changed it. I just don't. The website where I got it didn't have the updated information.
That's what I had on this thing originally.
Oh, so nice.
Paul has it now. Was it, you know what? Now that you say that, maybe it wasn't. I think it was just pushed right into the case.
It is because I can get the there's the mosquito.
For which printer?
So that mosquito. So the mosquito one, it does have an aluminum ferrule in there, right?
Yeah, no. Now that you say that, mine was like that. And
one. So you can change this if you need to.
Yeah. They have
but you have to
those pliers in there and yank it out.
And then you got to put a dab of glue and shove a new one in.
One in there, yeah.
I helped somebody do that the other day. But that's a standard.
Yep.
Throw a wrench on there, back it out, put a new one in. Away you go. I like.
The first version had a press fit, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like RC was like he did a classic me and misspelled everything. Which is something I do constantly.
Well,
there it is.
What settings do you want in Idea Maker?
All of them. Jimmy, you're feeling better now? Is that right?
I went to see the today, and he says he doesn't need to see me again. I'm done.
Good. I was reading today that
so far gone, he knows you're going to kill over tomorrow. And
there's really no point anymore at that, right?
Yeah, there's just no point in going back because you just, unless you need a dirt sample to decompose. No. That's mean. That's evil.
So it's just today's big bag of goodies.
How old are you, Jimmy? You're like 60-something, right?
63 and a half.
Yeah, you're not that old.
The half counts, though.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
The half will get you.
You start counting quarters when you get into the 70s. I'm 71 and a quarter years old.
Today is my daughter's 4.5 year.
4.5 year?
Yeah. So she's 4.5 now. Yeah. She's like, so it's my birthday tomorrow? And I said, we're like, no. It just means that 6 months from now, it'll be your birthday. Yeah. She's like, so it's my birthday tomorrow. And we're like, no. Stop asking me. It's not your birthday tomorrow.
You only get one birthday a year.
It's also so happens to be the birthday of a friend of ours. Their son just turned 4. So they dropped off some cake at our house. I don't know if that's a bad thing to say on stream, but they dropped it off.
What, cake?
Yeah, they're fine. They don't go anywhere. They've been isolated for weeks.
Yeah, no, it's cake. You can make cake. Flour and beef in the States right now is like you can't even find it, which is funny because my neighbor was looking for some flour and she's like, if you go shopping, then you just look for flour. Today I went into Dollar General. I don't know if you got those up there in Canada.
No,
it's a little junk store, kind of everything. They have everything from your basic beefaroni in one end of the store to
I know the
curtains and sheets in the other end of the store,
like cheap T-shirts and stuff like that. And
it's a micro-sized Walmart, is what it is. I mean,
we have those. We have it's a giant Tiger.
Walked in there,
kind of thing.
Whole shelf full of flour. I mean, it's on the news right now in this area that flour is like non-existent. You can't buy it. You can't find it. Huh. I walk in there and they had like 30 of them.
I have a Costco size package.
One.
All right, I gotta get this box brought in here, so give me a minute.
What do you want from Idea Maker of mine? Idea Makers, I don't know how. It's kind of hard to describe how I use Idea Maker because I only have like 4 settings and I just change it according to the needs of the moment. I don't really have profiles. I shouldn't say that. I do. I have a basic PLA profile for all of them, and then I just work off of that.
Now that's a box.
Hang on.
Ugh. Oh, is that on the floor? Yes.
That's on the floor.
I thought it was on your desktop at first.
No,
it's on the floor.
it's too heavy to get up on the desk. I'm not even going to remotely try that.
What printer is that?
That's a Predator, my friend.
Oh, CNC.
Anycubic Predator.
Oh, it's an Anycubic. Oh, that's the one you got wicked cheap because it's a repack or something?
I don't know exactly, but it is a Delta.
Yeah,
giant. 380 build volume by 4 something. Holy jeez.
Yeah, meat's supposed to be. Meat's already cranked up in price. I have noticed in the last couple of weeks, beef has been going way up in price. It's been around. You've been able to get it. It has been a short supply. Like hamburger, I used to go in the grocery store. There was like a whole rack of hamburger. You go in there now, there's like, I mean, there's plenty there, but there's only like 2 or 3 of, 2 or 3 1 pound, 2 or 3 2 pound,
Holy
5 pound
crap crackers
of each grade. They have the 80%, 90%, 95%, whatever.
What do you mean 90%? What is this 90%? Right? Just like buying meat.
You don't have a fat content variation.
Oh, lean, extra lean. Yeah.
We just
medium.
At least Big Y listed as the fat content. It's 80% is the cheap, 20% fat, 80% meat. 90% is the mid grade, and then you get into 92, 95, 97.
Yeah, we just call that like regular lean, extra lean. I
think the Connecticut has a law now. They have to actually state the percentage of fat to the content. I always buy the 80%. I think it tastes better.
Nice looking at Vector.
Let's just take a look at the absolute horrendous print quality that is a fan shroud there. Oh. That's getting reprinted for sure.
Oh, is that the one you just took out of the box?
Just took it out of the box. No, this thing's completely brand new. It's never seen a drop of PLA through it at all.
I think you'll find it.
So what this is,
when they test it.
This one here is a new old stock.
Yeah, but the factory still runs one through it when they factory build it.
Sure. Okay, fine. We'll call it that much, Llama.
It's got the flying extruder motor.
Oh yeah, Jimmy. That's the best part about this thing is the extruder motor isn't remotely attached. It's the Bowden length is yay big on it. So your Bowden retractions are a whole hell of a lot better than like say 700, 800 millimeter. But this floats in the middle of it. Whacks me in the face.
It looks like some kind of porn toy.
Jesus.
I don't know why that came into my head, but
fat is where the flavor is. That's why
absolutely, fat is definitely the flavor. That is a big plate.
So this is the top of the printer.
Oh, that's the top?
Yeah, that's the top.
The bottom plate.
No, that's the top. Power supply and everything's all up in there.
So you're not going to be able to put it on that table next to you because you're going to stand up and not be able to reach the top of the printer and use the freaking – because that's the screen right there, isn't it?
We're going to figure it out, Mama. We'll get there. We'll do it.
You're a little shit like I am, aren't you?
No, I'm like 5'11".
Yeah, well.
But look, I mean, this thing –
You're a little less of a short shit than I am, but not much.
The tape.
I'm 5'9".
Like the factory tape still holding this thing on is still there. The other one that I got – it was we figured out why it was returned, and that's because dude didn't change it from 110 to 220, or from 220 to 110. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Everything. That was the only thing. That was the power supply was switched funny. And I bet you this one's set to 230 from the factory.
Yeah, well, they do all of them because it's the safe thing to do.
Yeah.
No matter where it goes, even if we plug it in, it's not going to hurt it. It's not going to run. But
no, but if they plug it in, it's not going to blow up.
Wait a minute, you're 110 there?
Yeah.
I thought Canada was
Canada, man. We're not. Half of your power comes from my country.
All of our power comes from your country.
Holy shit!
My nuclear power plant's been shut down for 3 months.
See this big pizza plate?
That is pretty big. What's the build plate on that? What size is it? 300.
Hang on, I got it right here on another screen.
300 round.
Where's my wham bam part? There it is. $380.
Yeah.
80? Wow.
$380. Now, I mean, right? That's like everyone's going to point it out. Square things, right? You're not getting 380 rectangles.
380 round. 380 round still damn big, dude. That's like a 300 square.
Yeah.
That's a big ass printer.
I want to say it goes for something high. Let's take a look. See. It says 370. So the plate itself is 380, and 455 mil tall.
That's pretty freaking big. So you're definitely not going to be able to reach the top of that thing.
I like the color.
I love this thing already. And I've already got some modifications in mind as far as, like, I love this anodized blue. I love it. But
the lighting, everything looks black here.
Graphit made a anodized blue.
Yeah. Your lighting is crappy.
I don't know if Graphit made it or he had it. There was basically a panel that you can put. It replaces where it says any cubic. It replaces it with saying Predator, because they stopped labeling them the Predator pretty early on. They switched it over to calling it the any cubic Delta.
I like Predator better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this panel comes off, and then you can... I can't remember if he did a stencil. Like, I've got a friend who's got a Cricut, so I'll just have her remake a new panel for it. Something like that. So.
Or you can just 3D print one.
Yeah.
How are you, man? How you doing?
The other thing I've seen is mods where guys will put a Raspberry Pi in there, and you just print it so you can get access to whatever you need or anything.
Yeah.
But they changed it over to the Anycubic D. I got a big D.
What's up, Dan?
Let's see what else is in this box of mine. Power supply or power cord. That's handy. What is this? Roll of filament. There is a roll of Tri-Gorilla White. Did Llama die? No, just died.
Huh?
Ah.
No, I was just reading. Been chatting with.
Spool holder.
Jim there, Mr. Geeky Tech guy. Geeky Jesus.
Dead scraper.
Yeah, your freaking finger knife.
Dude, but look, it's one of the angled ones.
Yeah, that'll slice your finger right off.
Oh yeah, it will. I think I have one that came with
crap,
the Chiron too.
They're not even flexible. They're stiff, aren't they?
Yeah, it is. I'm just going to put this one aside because I don't like to use scrapers if I don't have to.
I was just saying, that's a flex plate, or get rid of it.
What's in this? You know, okay. People can bash Chinese companies all they want, and there's certain times where it's completely needed. However,
justifiable, not necessarily needed, but it's justifiable.
Spare hot end from the factory in the box.
Yeah.
That's pretty stinking sweet.
Yeah, or that could be because it's a necessity because it's a really crappy hot end.
You know what though? I've got a couple Anycubic printers.
Yeah, no,
I've only had to replace the hot end because of my own stupidity or choices. Yeah. And it was faster to set this one up on the bench and then swap it out. Clean up the other one and put it away.
I've been drinking. I got my excuse. I can't think straight.
But that's a
Jesus there. What the hell's his name?
Jim.
Edge of Tech. There you go. Edge of Tech, Jim. I knew it was one of them tech things.
SD card and the like. That's good to have.
I've actually been looking at
yes, I'm skinning right now.
I want to get a bigger build plate for this finally. and I just can't afford one normally. But the Creality Ender 5 Pro is almost a 400 bed. It's 370 square instead of the 300 I got now. And it's only what?
Clippers.
These aren't the nicest clippers. They're
I do not even have a set of those. I've never had a set of those.
These are the best ones you can buy, as far as I'm concerned. The Play-Doh 170s.
I just get regular diagonal cutters.
Okay. Play-Doh 170s are probably the best you can buy. These are like a Play-Doh 170 clone.
These are better. Regular old angle cutters.
Yeah, you might not want to come in here. This is the whole thing right there.
Bikes.
These little freaking tweezers that come with any cubic printers are like super sharp and are amazing. I keep leaving them somewhere in the office when I'm working on the printers. Like I pull the stuff off the hot end with it. I grab little things. I fix stuff. I keep leaving them and I keep having to look around, but now I'm going to have a few pairs.
You know what I found the best thing these things are for? Believe it or not.
Picking your nose?
No, pushing the little pins in when you got to change the wires in the JST connectors.
No, I have a super tiny little screwdriver that came with one of the printers one time.
This is better because you can literally slide it under the little pin, and you just slide it, and the pin pops right out. It goes out with this as you push it through.
I think I'm going to need these.
These aren't the Anycubics. These are ones I bought, but I think they're exactly the same thing. Oh, they were cheap. I got a whole set of them. They're all like different.
Filament runout sensor. It's delightful.
I bought a set with it came 6 or 8 tweezers in it for $5 off of Amazon.
Holy banana pants llama.
Was that the base?
No, this is an arm.
Oh, the extrusions. It's
like I need to get that where somebody brings a piece of 2x4, like a 2x4 that keeps going and just keeps going and going and going. I could just be like grab it. Holy crap, that's huge.
What is that? A full meter? Must be more than a meter.
Well, that's touching the ground.
Yeah, it's probably a meter, right?
Because see, one of these printers is going up here. I'm going to move the ender and put it up there. The other one's going on the floor.
Well, you're going to have to put that on the floor, otherwise you won't be able to reach it.
No, I'll be able to get to it right up there. I don't know. It's all fluid in this office. It's all very fluid.
Put it together first.
Comes with motor dampers right on there from the factory.
Boo, hiss, boo. I don't like motor dampers.
Although it looks, I don't know. The one thing I have heard about this printer is that it's loud. Just loud.
Yeah, well, it's probably got a cheapo drivers in it.
Well, I'll tell you what it's got in it.
498 or whatever the hell they are in there.
Like crap, all the weight is in the top of this
thing.
They
use their own board, right?
This does use its own board, yeah.
Not like a MKS board or whatever.
So the thing with this one,
voiding the warranty. Doing it live on stream.
I got to take this off to switch the power supply over, don't I?
Absolutely.
It's a likely excuse.
Even though the switch is right there on the side of it.
Here's one of the cop-outs that was called out by a lot of people on this thing. They could have put the control board and stuff like that in the bottom of the printer. Then the power plug is in the bottom. Otherwise, the power plug has to come up to the top of the printer. Is it a deal breaker? Probably not. Is it smart? Probably not.
Now, here's a question for you. I don't think it would be that hard to just flip the freaking printer upside down, would it?
I think it would.
The bed would be the hard part, getting the bed mounted and everything.
I think it really would. It's just a call out of
Because you can reverse the
idea.
motors. The motors can be at the bottom just as easily as they can be at the top. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't play with deltas enough, so.
It's my first, and I'm very excited by it.
I always thought they were interesting. I don't know. Every time I went and looked at one, I was actually going to build a Delta instead of this when I first started getting the idea of building. And I started looking at all the math, and especially back then, there was only like Smoothieware that was a 32-bit board that was halfway decent. And everyone's like, oh, you got to deal with the firmware. I'm like, nope, done.
All right, so in here, we have, which is actually very surprising. So the Chiron is a 24-volt system.
Put on like regular lighting. The lighting keeps making it so it's hard to see shit. Not to be rude, I don't mind your lighting normally, but I kind of want to see that thing. It looks pretty cool.
Get her a little closer here.
That almost looks like a
hang on
tech board, don't it? I mean, I know it's not, but isn't that kind of like a big tree tech board and the layout and everything?
Yeah. So the Chiron's a 24-volt printer, and what they did is they have the beds off the 24-volt power supply, fans and stuff like that. Their control, like the control board that they have, is a Tri-Gorilla board that has removable drivers, except it is their board doesn't accept 24 volts.
Yeah.
So they have a power supply brick that comes off the mains inside the case and is bolted over here, kind of thing, that powers just the main board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a Tri-Gorilla. Think of an Ender 3 board.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
a 24-volt board. You don't have the brick in there, right?
This is a 32-bit board.
Yeah, I know that.
But it is, it's 24 volts, 32-bit board, but it's got default A4988 steppers.
Yeah.
So eventually I'm going to replace it. Correct. I'm going to replace it with an SKR.
I was going to say.
I just don't know when.
Get the SKR Mini, the Mini will drive that with no problem.
Yeah. And this is a heated bed. What kind of power supply?
You know, I have an SKR
800 watt, 24 volt. 800 watts.
I have a nice SKR 24 or an SKR board 1.4 sitting here. It's only slightly smoky.
You and your inability to put a driver in properly.
I still have the 1.3 that was on this thing originally and burned up. That's around here somewhere too. That's the one that actually smoked.
Take a look at what I like the idea of better, the getting a 1.3 or a 1.4 turbo. I don't know. It's got optical sensors for the end stops. That's nice. I do like those. And I have a feeling I had to take that panel off anyways because I bet you it screws in from the inside out.
What? Oh, the legs?
Yeah. Now the only thing this thing's missing is its leveling sensor, but the other one has one. So, and I have one of the leveling sensors coming for the Chiron as well. So it's fine.
Whatever.
We're all this manual.
Actually, that's one place I could see actually needing. I don't think I could level a Delta without.
So the way this thing does the leveling is absolutely genius. The sensor magnetically clips onto this plate.
Yeah, it actually moves.
And then it plugs into a harness. Okay. And you run the bed leveling thing and it runs around and it's just a micro switch, like basically within the housing. And it just goes doot, 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 and it just does this mesh.
The hot end, right?
Well, it moves the effector all the way around. You set your nozzle offset first, I think. If I remember correctly from watching a video the other day, is you set your nozzle offset first.
Right.
in the middle, and then you lift it up, do the leveling thing, and it just runs around and pop, 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 and that's it.
Yeah.
Stores a mesh. You'll never have to touch it again.
Yep. But it actually it senses the nozzle. It doesn't. There's no sensor.
No, it is a sensor.
Is there?
Yeah, it clips onto the thing, and it's got a pressure switch in it, and it's a pressure leveling deal.
You level the mechanics and then set the nozzle offset.
So yeah, you set the nozzle offset. It determines the level. I may be backwards with what you do first. I don't know. That's why I have the manual.
Cool.
Oh, those all go in from the outside. And aren't you fancy, huh?
Aren't you fancy, Mr. Fancy Pants?
My buddy Jay's like, "Are you getting help to put this thing together? Because it's a beast."
I'm gonna have some Clover Valley Ripple Cut potato chips.
Ripple Cut potato chips.
Clover Valley. Clover Valley, by the way, is Dollar General store brand. Which some of their stuff, I get their juice. Like they have some black cherry apple, black cherry cranberry, and cranberry juices, and the juices are pretty good. Now, I'm gonna guess
Are they freaking good though?
They're actually just soda without carbonation.
But I mean, are they freaking good?
They're pretty freaking good.
Good, because if it's not freaking good, I don't know. It's not llama approved. Oh, let's see.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's where the filament runout sensor goes. Oh, that's gonna have to change. They put the filament runout sensor right on the underside of the outlet plate, so you feed filament through this top plate. There's a Bowden connection inside the housing, and then it comes out the bottom. But to try to get that to line up, I think, is just going to be... I'd rather just move it to the top of there and lose a few inches, whatever. I print by Octoprint anyways. I really don't care about run out.
Yeah. I'm going to guess these are Utz rebranded potato chips.
You think so, huh?
Just guessing.
Oh, yeah, you set your offset first with your papier, Z equals 0, and then you follow all your instructions. But I guarantee this thing doesn't have you preheat anything before you do your nozzle offset. They have you put filament through it and get it hot, and then cool down, and then do your leveling. I don't know how I feel about that. Don't know how I feel. Look at all these Cura settings. I'm not going to use any of those. Okay. So, Jimmy, are you working on anything new and exciting over there, or just trying to make it another day?
I'm just trying to recover from the hospital experience. I took it easy for a couple of days.
Yeah, that's always a good choice.
Yeah.
Remember, I couldn't eat or drink for 5 days.
Oh, right. Wow. What was it? I can't remember. It was a heart problem?
No, it's like a kidney stone, but it's in your saliva gland under your jaw.
Ugh. No, thank you. I have to have my leg chopped off, and that sounds worse.
Well, the worst part of it was they took an 18-gauge needle, went through my neck into this thing to drain it out.
Man.
I've had some pain with no numbing.
That's like movie thing. That's like
okay, ow.
It's like straight up from the movies.
I've had him do some really bizarre crap to my body, and that sounds painful.
Well, I mean, it is you after all, right?
It was like an electric burning sensation. And they did it 3 times. Not once, and do it 3 times.
As shown below, carefully put the electronic control box, it's a heavy triangle, upside down on a flat surface. That's it. I'm good. I don't even need to build the damn thing.
What was that? I missed it.
It says to start, you take the control box and place it acrylic side down on a flat table, and it says, as shown below, carefully put the electronic control box, it's a heavy triangle, upside down on a flat surface. Not the light triangle, you need the heavy triangle.
You gotta remember, there are a lot of stupid people in the world.
True.
That's actually good they're being that detailed, because then you can't get the idiots to screw it up.
We're just gonna put this back on for now, I think.
DT Mash says there's a printable mod to put the sensor in the box.
That's what I heard. Is my buddy was talking about putting it in here.
Says it stops the snagging.
The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try making one of those rep rewinders that Pooch came up with, because one of the problems with a Delta is when it homes, that filament that's coming through, it just binds up. So I'm going to try the rep rewinder, which puts a little tension on it. So when it rehomes, it'll just re-spool that little bit, just like if it was ejecting out of an MMU.
Oh, shit.
How does he power that rewinder? Is it a rotary
tape measure?
A tape measure. Okay.
Take the inside out of a tape measure.
RC, I can't transfer a file in Twitter. Won't let me.
Just use Dropbox.
Just use what?
Just throw it in a Dropbox and then send them the link.
Yeah.
Or are you not fancy enough for Dropbox, Llama?
I'm not fancy enough for Dropbox.
Get some Dropbox. Dropbox.
Actually, I have a Dropbox. I just never think about using it. Most of my email automatically does Dropbox if it's too big.
Wait, crap crackers. I'm leaving the plastic on this thing until I get it bolted in.
That's just one leg?
Yeah. And so the leg, if I put it on the ground, it's that tall.
You could throw somebody eating with that thing.
I could print a child. You know what? I'm just going to put you in there.
Okay, where'd it go? I know it's there. I just put it there.
Screw just assumes.
I
assume it just uses these. M5 by 25. Helps if I grab the right frickin'. There we go.
But I can do this. I just put it on my Google Drive.
On the Googles.
Here you go, RC. That's the base filament. Just so you know, I don't know if you've used Idea Maker. Idea Maker isn't based on the printer. It's based on the filament. Your printer, all you put in an Idea Maker is size, shape, what nozzle diameter you have and your maximum temperatures, and that's it. They don't care about the printer. It cares about the filament. So I sent you my base filament for that printer. I don't know what printer you have. About the only thing you might want to do is if you're using like a Creality or something with a I didn't even have to email. I just sent him a link for the
Yeah, like Dropbox is.
Yeah, Dropbox is for email, but I can't remember his email. Blah blah. It was easier to just do it in Twitter and send him a link to the Google Drive.
No, like I don't need email for Dropbox. Like you install the app on your computer, and then when you throw it in the Dropbox, you right click on it. It says "Get Dropbox link." Copy. It automatically copies it, and you just paste it to whoever you're going to send it to.
Yeah, on the Mac, if it's too big.
Yeah, Mac. Like don't talk to me about Mac.
10 gig, it automatically says it's too big to transfer an email. Would you like to put it in your Dropbox? I go, yes, and it just does it. But I didn't have his email or anything, so I just put it in the Google Drive.
Look at that. That's one. What am I missing here? RC, CNC. RC needs to machine me something awesome. I just think that needs to happen at some point. You keep hearing about how awesome he is. I just got to figure out what I need and how I'm going to do it. You know, the nice part about having this all here is you don't have to run a lot of wires all over the place, it looks like. Just clip your Z motor wire that's taped onto the bottom of it into here.
Bed power and bed resistor.
Oh, that screws in from the side, huh? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I took the top off for educational purposes.
Yeah. I was still under the impression it sat on top of that. No. Into the side of it.
No, yeah, this will be the whole height of the printer, is the height of that leg.
Does RC CNC do 5-axis machining?
Don't know. But I hear he's like the man with CNC making plates and adapters, and
he made the awesome Hemera extruder attachment unit for that.
Well, I might see for this when I put the Mosquito on there, I might make a carriage adapter or something for it, but maybe once I have a working PETG version, it's easy enough to send them the step file and say, here you go. Let me know the damage.
$1 million.
Probably 1 million. Actually, so here's a fun one. For the longest time, American pricing. So if it was like $400 American, it's probably closer to 6-7 Canadian. Right now, it's like for 200 and some odd bucks was $289 Canadian. Because America done shit the bed with their dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might need help moving this thing around.
It sure has, and it's the only first world country that has not been paying down its debt since the crash. Every single other first world country has been paying down their debt. And we've been
something to call out. Check this out. What's that look like to you?
I don't know.
Wow. Belt tensioner.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You can just adjust the wing nut to tighten up your belt tension.
Well, same as that.
But like, yeah, but remember how Josh had to, he's got to make something or whatever because there is no adjusting on the linear tussle.
Looks like you can tune that one like a guitar string.
You could probably play this thing like a guitar.
You do remember you're talking about Josh, where it could be there and he just didn't know it.
Yeah, maybe. I really hope there's no order to what these things have to go on. It's just arms.
You know, when I made those rum and cokes, I never stirred them. Normally, I think the rum floats to the top, but in that particular drink, I think the rum floated to the bottom because that was like doing a shot of rum.
Good for you, Llama. I'm proud of you.
But I'm all done drinking. Time for a regular Coke. I'm just going to drink ice water. Oh, crap. I got a big old jug of ice water right here.
RC CNC, I've been designing 5-axis machine parts since the 80s.
This can go in the garbage can.
A lot of turbine wheels.
Excuse me. I got to get some damn garbage bags. So sad I can't get.
The disappearing llama.
So sad. I'm just a llama. He probably closed his browser window.
Could be.
Happens quite often.
So are you going to do a stream on that thing when you get it all running?
I can. It's not going to be running anything exciting for a while, so.
Inquiring minds.
I did it again. I clicked on the wrong damn window and went to
I told you.
Booted myself out of the stream. That's funny.
Due to the machine is larger, 2 people are advised to install it.
Nah, go for it. I know you can.
Thank you very much for your kind understanding. Psh, I got this.
I got this.
I don't know. That thing's pretty big. Might take 2 men and a boy.
Okay, so the strip cover is randomly placed on one of the beams in the factory, so find it. Okay. I can do that. I just happen to notice that this beam's got a couple stickers on it that are kind of like, hey, there's some stickers here.
$3,398 for a 10 megabyte disc.
From where? For what?
You didn't see that on Twitter? There's
honestly, I've been so busy the last few days. I just haven't really.
Max Sales. I don't know if you know who they are. They're a Vermont-based Mac refurber. They refurb Macs and sell them and sell all kinds of parts. And they make like custom stuff. Like they find something wrong with it, something, and they'll modify it and sell their own drive cases. Blah blah blah. Once a week, they do a flashback Thursday.
Okay.
And they did a flashback of 20 years ago when they were selling a 10 megabyte disk drive for $3,395.
So spicy meatball.
On sale for $3,398.
I don't know, Mr. B. I don't think the baby's going to help much.
No, you know what? Don't acknowledge Ryan. He's Butcheron.com has betrayed me.
He's betrayed you.
Betrayed me.
He is a man of knowledge, whether it's correct knowledge or not. It's full knowledge. Though I got to say,
Okay.
He always knows the correct answer to my stupidity.
Which is 7.
7, which is pretty much everything. I always say or do something completely wrong, and Ryan's right there going, "You're wrong. It's this."
Holy.
And he's usually right. I mean, don't get me wrong. He is usually right.
Oh, that kind of settled in there. See if I can't
It's too tall for your camera.
bring you along for the ride.
Okay, that's a ceiling.
No, hang on. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I know. They're just picking on you. Whoa, that's right. How close is it? It's hard to tell because of the way the lighting is. It's almost right up to your ceiling, isn't it? How high is your ceiling? You only got 7-foot ceilings there, huh?
8. That's an 8.
Is it
I don't know.
really?
I can touch it. No, maybe it's 7.
Oh.
I don't know. I can touch it with
It's got to
my.
be 7.76 if you can touch it.
Yeah.
An 8, you wouldn't be able to touch it. 5, under 6 foot.
It's a basement. in Canada. It's not 8-foot ceilings.
You're wrong. You're wrong a lot, Llama. Well, there is that. I will have to agree with you there.
You know, it's not that he's right ever. It's that he's just wrong a lot.
Yeah, I'm always wrong. Not that you're right. It's just easy to correct me because I'm always wrong.
Good evening.
Right.
I'm not always wrong.
How you doing, Brian?
I'm right about not needing auto bed leveling. So there. Bleh. Don't need auto bed leveling. It's a waste.
You know, I don't disagree with you on that one.
It's convenient. And to be honest with you, if you're just doing, dust collectors that sit on the shelf, who cares? But when you're trying to do mechanically fit products, it's better to have a flatbed. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, it's so hard. It's really not. If you know what you're doing, it doesn't take me any longer to level my bed and flatten it properly than it does for you to install, set it up, do the firmware, run the whole bed leveling BS.
So here's where I take your argument of the bed leveling, and I agree because I don't like auto bed leveling. But I'm going to trump it with one statement of removable build sheets.
Yeah, but I use all removable build sheets.
But do you change the text? Like, do you just keep putting the same sheet back on, or do you change your sheet?
Yeah. I change the sheet. I mostly leave the same ones because now I'm at a point where I like a certain one on a certain printer, and that's what I use. But yeah, I got all my sheets right here.
Hey, Mr. Brian Vines.
I can change them.
But is it the same surface on each one, or are they different surfaces?
No, they're different surfaces. They're different materials. Some of them are, that's a galvanized sheet. That's an actual steel plate sheet.
So your nozzle height is going to be all... Llama, you are wrong all the time.
See, that's the one thing. All of mine have a twisty, knobby height adjustment. I don't adjust the bed height. I adjust the extruder height. There's the catch. I don't sit there and adjust all 4 screws on the bed every time. Those stay. Once I set them, they never get adjusted again. I set the height on the gantry.
You set the height of the wrong llama.
What?
Every chance I get, I'll put a Z adjustable stop on a printer.
I don't have
an adjustable end stop. That's pretty nice too. You just turn the little screw, and that's what hits your end stop, right? That's nice.
Blue tape for the win. Yes. No. I don't have to chisel them off except for on this. And I don't know what it is about this one. That one I never have to chisel them off of. For some reason, this plate just holds everything extra special well.
Oh, Jesus. I got to sit down in a second.
From TH3D, it'd stick apart to a raindrop.
Yeah, no, but the problem is with this, even with the flex plate, I once in a while have to get out my scraper and pop them off.
I'm not rotating this thing around. You're getting it back.
And I don't know why it's only this one. I think it's just because this was the first one I had, and I've sanded it and worn it and done stupid crap with it when I first got it because, it's me.
Yeah, you're the kind of person that says, I need to sand this. I need to scuff this up just a little bit. Gets out the belt sander.
Yeah. Oh, no. I take the palm sander to it. I have a couple times. But I drag nozzles across it.
Worst idea ever.
It just sticks a little too well.
Maybe Mr. Brian Vines wants to socialize for a minute.
I actually measure my first layer a lot of times to make sure, if my slicer says, my first layer needs to be 0.2, I check the first layer every once in a while and make sure it actually is 0.2.
Oh, you have a highly calibrated squish detector?
Yeah, I calibrate my squish detector. There you go. That's a good way to put it.
I'm
going to put these on that printer.
See if Mr. Brian Vines wants to hang out for a minute.
Or Mr. Brian Vines or anybody else. Wow.
Anybody, even Buttrion. I'd let Buttrion.
Holy crap. I like Buttrion. He never comes on stream unless it's his, though.
Holy jeez, I got to sit down, man.
I don't know why he just won't. He's got this anal thing about being on other people's streams. He's
too much.
He's too good to be on other people's streams. He's only good enough to be in chat and make fun of you. Come on, Mr. Buckbeyond. Haven't seen Jeff in a while. What's up, Jeff? I didn't even know he was in here.
I thought that said Jeff Bowden for a minute. I was like, wow, that's a pretty appropriate name.
Yeah, close enough. Just missing the D.
What am I missing here? My phone's doing all kinds of things.
LDO idlers and pulleys. Worth every penny.
So, Llama, I almost got extra silly today.
Oh. You being extra silly is like me being extra smart.
And
not happening.
I almost picked up a Core XY printer.
Why didn't you?
Almost. Because it was a Tronxy X5 SA, and by the time I finished putting extra work into it, I might as well just build something better.
From scratch, yeah. Actually, you know what? No, because if nothing else, the parts that are there, and it's an inexpensive. Actually, the parts are not bad. You know what I mean? The motor.
No, and that's what I thought about. But here's the thing: I have a CR10 missing the gantry roller, and I think one motor and an end stop, and otherwise, like no hot end or anything. But it's got a bed. It needs a glass plate on it. I want to make something from that. You know, I've got extrusions from it. It's not going to be hard.
Yeah, but that's a lot of more. That's the big difference from going from an I-frame to a box. You need a lot of extra extrusion. There's almost twice as many extrusions in it to make.
What you got there, Mr. Brian Vines?
Well, I got my UFO box, and I had ordered some stuff from Josh before he shipped the box, so he threw it in the box for me. So I didn't have to pay extra shipping. I had ordered a E3D V6 all metal hot end, so I've got that to play with now.
Did you see what I got to play with now?
The giant printer?
Well, there's that. Today was like Christmas for Jordan.
Yes, today was Christmas for Jordan.
Oh, SWAT!
And this is the new Mosquito with the thicker
throat.
The thicker throat in through there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the thing I waited a month for. 1 month. From
That's
Florida.
a long time.
Didn't even slow boat it. It was from Florida, man.
Right.
All right.
It's Canada. They had to check in with Santa Claus before they'd let it. You know.
Dude, it spent a week in Miami before it even left for Canada.
It's travel by Rudolph.
This is the bed connector.
How are things in San Antonio, Brian?
Oh, they're okay. It was a nice day today. Work was busy.
It was crappy here. I streamed this morning because it was so crappy. I had nothing else to do.
I know. I watched a little bit of it. You were saying it was kind of wet and windy.
Yep, it's going to be tonight and tomorrow and Saturday morning. And then they said it's going to be a really, really nice. They're saying like 70s Sunday. Saturday afternoon and Sunday are supposed to be really nice here.
See, it's just a silliness.
Sick of the wind. What's up with all the wind?
I don't know.
Hate wind.
A politician nearby giving a speech.
Then it'll be 95 and humid and no wind.
All right. This is going to be fun. Not.
Yeah, you know what, Jordan?
RCC.
I got RCC and C's answer for you. Forward it to me, and I'll not forward it. Just have it shipped to me, and I'll just keep it. And you don't have to wait a month. I'll just keep it.
That is a massive printer.
Yeah, what'd you say that was? 370 round by 4 something tall?
Yeah. Hang on.
That's the print area on the Delta.
It is a
children.
370 by 455.
Delta.
So how big of a square can you put in that circle?
I think just under 300.
You know, let's take a look, Brian. I would say comfortably, maybe
just under 300. You should get like 280, I think, in there, right?
No, like because of the corners, like a square, 230 for sure.
Okay.
You know, if I had,
so it's basically like an Ender 3 bed, except that it's
round.
It's got more stuff because it's round. So if you were to print something,
well,
round.
Here,
it's round.
Yeah.
Ender 3 bed.
Does it just kind of overhang a smidgen?
No, not even. It is about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, 25 mil. So the corners are 25 mil from the edge of the plate. Actually, not even the edge, sorry. The white line, which I would indicate as the edge. But, I mean, I could fit. Yeah, that fits perfectly fine on there. If I wasn't printing on any of the other printers, I would just throw one of their build plates on there and take a look-see, but you know how she goes.
Here, let's do this. Share.
Well, this whole manual, I can print on there, no problem. Like, it would fit perfectly fine. So that's a big...
What'd you say it was, 370 round?
You get a 260 square on it.
370.
It's 380 total, but go 270.
370.
260 square.
That's what I was thinking, Jimmy, was about 260 square. It's hard to measure, right? It's.
I just drew it in Fusion.
That's what I'm
Llama's doing.
Yeah.
Because Llama, he fancy, huh?
And just stick a square inside your circle and let the computer do the math.
Yeah, maybe 260, 260.
Yeah, do a center point square, drag it out till you touch the corner, and then it should just snap to the...
So
I need to make sure my Fusion license still works, and I need to play with Fusion some more.
260-ish. Should get you there.
Would you ever like to do a lesson stream on Fusion, Brian?
Well, I might watch a lesson. I don't think I would teach one. I don't know. I'd like to teach
you.
No,
I was going to teach Brian a bit.
He's been using Fusion for as long as it's been around.
Jimmy was using Fusion before our Fusion was Fusion.
Yeah.
But I was Fusion when Fusion wasn't cool.
T-Rex was going, oh man, I can't reach the keyboard.
All right, so here we go for some satisfying moments.
Have you seen that stupid cartoon where the dinosaurs are going, don't touch your face, and the T-Rex is going, screw you, I can't anyway. I can't anyway.
Have you seen the one where it said like about the dude peeing on somebody?
No.
Okay, so it says if nobody's wearing pants and somebody pees, it gets on you. If you're wearing pants and somebody pees, your pants get wet. If you're both wearing pants and they pee, you stay dry.
Yeah. It's one of those why you should wear a mask out in public ones.
Yeah. So Costco here is starting to institute now, I think starting next week. It's going to be a soft rollout. Like they're not just going to be like hard and fast when you show up the one day. But they're going to start instituting a safety requirement.
For what?
Wearing a mask.
Safety.
Oh shit, we're masked here by state. If you go into any public building, you have to have a mask on.
They're starting to do that in Ontario too. Again, soft rollouts. They haven't really come out with any hard and fast.
It was requested like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and last week or been longer than a week, it became a requirement.
Yeah, but Canada also locked down way earlier than America did.
Yeah.
You have 10 times the population that we do, but you have 200 times the cases we do.
Yeah.
We're number one.
That's right. Number one, Brian.
But, he's been doing such a great job.
Brian?
Yeah.
Yes. I do an awesome job.
What, 10,000 subscribers now?
I got 5,300 and change.
No, it's the 5,000. Sorry, yes, it's the 5,000.
Yeah.
I was 500 yet.
I was watching that practical or proper printing video, and he said he rolled over to 10,000. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And he gave a shout out to our man Viking.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that one. He got a boatload just because he like hopped like 2,000 or 3,000 in a day.
Yeah, but he also got 2,000 or 3,000 pieces of hate mail in a day too.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of that goofy printer is.
It's just a wording thing. I think it's amazing. I think it's ingenious. I don't think we should be trying to gatekeep or stifle creativity in this industry. I think it's the nature of the entire industry. Like,
well, that the modification that he did to that CR10 is similar to that giant MIT printer that they printed the boat with.
Yes, it is. It is exactly a gantry printer.
Yeah.
Oh, the rolling gantry thing?
That's all it is. Yeah, it's a rolling gantry. It's just it has a fixed bottom, unlike the MIT printer, which does not. Right? Because if I'm not mistaken, that MIT printer is on wheels, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Why not? Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
It's on wheels. I mean, he's using wheels.
He's got a shorter track than they do.
But also, he's got it fixed. It wasn't that one on the MIT one free. It was free on the bottom. It didn't have a gantry track for it, right?
No,
I don't remember. It's pretty
just
good.
like
I've seen the video.
I don't know anymore.
I know a lot less.
Truth.
That's basically the same thing. We used to crane like steel frame into a house. We use those same ideas. You put one in the house, one outside, and you feed it through, and they roll into the house.
Okay.
We got to put a steel I-beam into an existing house. Place a wall.
Yeah, it's just an A-frame gantry.
Yeah.
Fresh.
We used to call it. What the hell were those robots from the original Tron? There.
Recognizers.
Yeah, that's what we. Used
Tron
to
robots.
Yeah, Tron robots. You know what I was talking about right away. It's exactly what it looks like.
Yep.
By the way, I don't know that I want to flip this thing upside down anymore. It was heavy.
I can imagine. What are those freaking uprights? Is that like 40-80 or something?
No, it's like a custom channel shape. It's not a.
No, I know, but I just guesstimation size-wise. That's about a 40 wide and like 80 thick, right?
Yeah, probably. Just got to take. They put a strain relief on the bed, right, which is good, except they didn't give enough slack for the coil to come up through. I wish I had like a remote camera. So out of the bottom, the heated bed wire comes up, and then it runs up the side of one of these channels. And then there's like a clip-in cover for it. The cover is one length, but I couldn't clip it in top and bottom because the wire is too short. Because they gave it too much strain relief on the bottom.
Oh, well.
I'm kind of liking this E3D, actual genuine E3D stuff.
Dude, it's amazing.
It's got these thick silicone wires, and it's actually got the ferrules already on the ends.
Yes.
That's nice.
And do you also have... Did you get a... like the thermistor and everything too?
Yeah, with the little blue cables on it and the little clippy connector at the end of it.
Yeah, but that right there, that barrel, amazing.
Yeah.
I think
I'm going to be putting this on the
last speed one.
Brian, did it come with any paste or no?
It did. It came with a small packet of it.
And use it. I used to be anti putting the paste in back in the day, and
it's there for a reason.
There's a noticeable difference. I did it on this one originally. I didn't do it, and then I had to rebuild it and blah 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 because I took it apart so many times. I was like, I'll put it on there. There's a noticeable improvement in the way it.
You know what I just did the other day? So this printer over here has it's a clone style, just the bead style, right? It was throwing a thermal runaway for some reason, and the bead was just a little loose. So I tightened it all up as best I could, and the bead was still throwing a thermal runaway. So I just took a little bit of that paste and I packed the hole with the bead inside of it.
Yep.
And packed a little on the outside, and it just kind of hardens up over a little bit of time. And it's almost like it created, there's a silicone sock on there, but that just gave it just a little bit more, because it's only when it's turning on the fan on I have the fan turning on the third layer, but I'm only printing stuff right now. But it's 1 millimeter thick. I'm getting a lot of turbulence.
Yeah. Well, the other thing people don't realize a lot, sometimes you can stick that bead in that hole and not actually contact the face, or if you contact one wall or
you know what, the bead
wall, you'll get different temperature readings than if you get the seat.
Or if they were just, not ding dongs and gave you a hole that was deeper than 2 millimeters deep.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
I did that. That one actually has thermal paste in it too. So you get a much better, contact reading.
I kind of think I want to do a video about this. This is like quality stuff. Of course, it's like $60, but
yeah. But Brian, I think you should, to be honest with you, because far too often we're seeing all these. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I think we're all guilty of it. I'm just going to buy the clone. I'm just going to buy the clone, or I don't. The clones are good enough. There's a noticeable quality difference in the build itself when you get to that. Like,
yeah.
I've got a cloned BMG on the Ender because that's what I could afford at the time.
I did
comparing it to a real one.
Yeah. See, I don't have
until somebody tells you that there's a night and day difference, you just assume, oh yeah, they're the same. But if you can actually show physically real and the knockoff side by side and the differences and the fitment and some of the other stuff, it's a world of difference.
It's just that you really can't capture a lot of that on just video because you can't see it.
I think you can with some of it.
I stuck that BMG on my Ender 3, not the Ender 3 Pro, but just the regular Ender 3.
Yep.
And the funny thing is the reason that I did that is, I had simply bought it a while back because it was like, I don't know, $15 or something on Amazon. And I was intending to kind of roll my own direct drive mod for the Ender 3. And I'm like, well, I
had plans of that too, yeah.
Yeah, and I had printed out the parts, and I never really got around to fitting it all together. So I just sort of had it laying around in a box with a bunch of other stuff. And I was starting to have some problems with the Ender 3, and the nozzle was starting to clog and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, when I heat it up, I can push the filament down through it. So maybe it's just, slipping on the regular extruder. So I'm going to put this on there. And I put it on there and I adjusted the E-steps and got it all set up and started printing with it. And it started going for a little while. And then after it kind of heated up a little bit and I got about 4 or 5 layers in, because it's so strong, it was trying to push filament to the hot end. The hot end was blocked, and it pushed the PTFE tube out of the fitting on the fake BMG.
Yeah, I found that to be a problem. So mine, because of that fitting that they give you, like I actually turned mine the other way around, right? So what is normally the inlet, which has the nice press fitting,
that's what
that's my outlet.
Yeah,
my inlet is actually just a V6 adapter for the pallet that I just have PTFE running into.
Yeah, the output on this one, I found a printed or a printable part that fits in there. I mean, it's like the top end of the.
Yep, that's what I have on
top end of that thing, and it had like a 10 millimeter or an 8 millimeter or whatever bore on it with threads to accept one of the heavy duty fittings.
Yeah.
Which I also had laying around that came in my my TH 3D mystery box.
So
had a bunch of junk, and that was one of the junk pieces. And that I've got that on there, and that was working fine. And then it started pushing through that, and I'm like, okay, something else is wrong. So I started looking at the hot end, and that's when I pulled the PTFE out, and the end of it was just cooked.
This is what you need right here. So this is a Bondtech, a Bowden adapter. So it is made, I'm pretty sure it's SLS nylon as well, like everything they make. If not, it's injection molded, but it's got a good solid clip in it as opposed to the cheap ones that other place things have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you had to make a bracket like this, right?
No, I had the I don't know if it's a left hand or a right hand BMG clone, but it fits in the space where the original extruder was because it's kind of got that angled part on it.
Yeah.
And that
See,
angled
mine,
part,
I found it was hitting the lead screw.
so mine's not hitting it. Mine clears it.
And it rotates it 90 degrees off the backside.
Okay. No,
So
mine
motor
fits,
sits in here now.
Okay. Yeah, mine fits just perfect. And so it's out of the way. It doesn't hit the lead screw. And I actually, that particular kit that I bought with that extruder, with that clone BMG, came with a pancake motor. So I mounted the pancake motor on it.
Yeah.
So I reduced the weight on the x-axis a little bit. Not by a whole lot, but
all the way with a BMG. You don't need that big ass motor. You just don't need it.
It's like a 3-to-1 gearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I really think was a waste on Himera. They kept going, we put the big motor on it because we didn't want to play games. You do not need that big ass motor on a geared freaking extruder. You just don't.
No, you've got the mechanical advantage of the gearing.
They should have used like a third smaller motor on the Himera. It doesn't need that big motor. I mean, it weighs more than my MK8 extruder head does.
I finally got the hot ends cleaned up on my Soval SV01 and my plain Ender 3. I was having issues where the PTFE wasn't, well, at least on the Ender 3, the PTFE was just shy of the flat part on the top of the nozzle when it screws in. So the filament was leaking out a little bit. And
a little bit
problems
each time, and yeah.
Yeah, and then it very slowly kind of dribbles down the side of the nozzle, and then it kind of sheets off onto the print. Yeah, my Mark III is doing the same thing, and I think I'm going to let the Mark III sit until I get that Rainbow Bear kit, since I'm going to be taking it all apart anyway.
Do it all at once.
Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot you on that. That's going to be awesome.
So I'm guessing that's just like each extrusion is a different color or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
color, yeah. Basically, I'm guessing they go through and they anodize a whole bunch. They do them. I'm assuming he dips them as a kit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know how you anodize. You put them.
But there may be some that
one of the
don't come out right, and then you end up with a handful.
He saves pieces and collects them and makes the rainbows out of them.
Yeah.
So it could be random, whatever color each piece is.
It'll be neat though. I think it'll be cool. It'll be kind of unique. So
I think you can actually buy it. I think you can buy the rainbow frame.
I don't know if you can yet or not.
I think you can. I'm not positive.
I designed a nice Y-axis drive system for the Bear.
Okay.
You can set the belts dead parallel, and it has an adjustable screw stop on it, and adjustable belt tension, and you can get all of it when you lay it down on the power supply side. Everything is right there. You can reach it easy.
Okay. Yeah, in chat, Ryan is saying the rainbow kit would be an OCD nightmare for him.
It's not for Ryan.
Well, guys, I think
Ryan. Nobody gives a crap about butchery.com.
I had a long day today. So you guys have a good stream. It's been nice chatting with everybody.
Well, thanks for coming out, Jimmy.
Bye, Jimmy.
We'll see you.
Thanks for showing us your nail polish and your blue cat. Very interesting blue nail polish.
No problem. I'll switch it up for something different next time.
Yeah, how about a new camera? Shit.
That's some wise advice.
Catch y'all later.
I'm not hating this thing. I mean, it's. I can, as I'm watching it, there's stuff I can see that the the Logitech camera is way better at, but it's $20.
That's
You're
not bad.
$20.
The Wyze cam's $20.
You are.
That's what I'm streaming with right now is the Wyze cam. I'm not using the Logitech cam. That's why it's off. The fisheye irritates me.
Yeah, that's the thing I hate about my Wyze cams when I look at them for camera purposes.
Yeah. I'm not big on the fisheye, but you know what? For this, who gives a crap? It's actually kind of nice here because you can actually see both of my printers. Normally, I'm sitting there, like if I was running this one right now and I wanted to show you something on it, I wouldn't have to sit there and go, oh, turn it this way. Oh, turn it this way. Oh, turn it this way. I can put it in the middle, catch them both.
Dropping a fitting on the floor, and then I can't find it.
Uh-oh.
It's
rolled into rolled into Narnia.
Did you Chris Riley some screws?
Oh, found it.
Yay.
I swept up the other day, so it's not hard. It's just not found.
So I did that video a while back about installing a bootloader and the factory firmware on an Ender 3.
Yes.
And somebody left a nice comment on there today. Don't follow this guide. He made it hard. Just download the full firmware packages. It come with Arduino.
It's coming. I just ignore crap like that these days.
I usually do, but I was like, maybe something changed. Maybe Creality is bundling it with an Arduino IDE. I wouldn't expect them to. And I really don't think that the 13 seconds that I spent on the video downloading and dragging the IDE into the applications folder was particularly difficult. But so I said, hi, I just downloaded the firmware packages on Creality's site for the Ender 3 and the Ender 3 Pro from 2 different Creality URLs, but they don't have the IDE. If you've got a link to a different Creality site that's got the IDE bundled with the source code, that would be awesome. I'd be happy to add that link in the description.
So I would have been like, I'll reshoot the whole video for you if you can do that.
Well, it was either that or it's like, well, if you want to give me a link to your installation guide, I'd be happy to put that in the description.
It's like if you go to my Tom Llama videos, which are all mountain biking videos, not 3D printing llama, but Tom Llama.
Okay.
I did a rebuild of a Manitou fork. And like 6 months ago, I get this message. This is all wrong. This is not how my fork is built.
It's like, well, this was made 8 years ago. I'm sure it's changed. All I typed back
was, this was 7 years old, dude. That's all I put in there.
No, it's hard, right?
They don't even make that fork anymore.
Dude, I get questions all the time from people like, oh, can you help me with this printer or this setting or this? I don't know it, but sometimes if I could get through, then I'll offer my assistance, but
we're getting the new trolls now. I'm getting a lot of them. Even like these live streams, like the next day or today even, I got one that was like, oh, this was a great video. We should be friends. And it's like,
you want to be my YouTube friend?
Yeah. Oh,
what's funny? If you
look at those, mine and I'll subscribe to yours kind of thing.
Look at those.
Like, his is like how to make chocolate chip cookies.com or something, It's like,
look at those when they first come in. I've had some of these where, I get like comments like, hey, that's a great video. And they just sort of leave it at that. Yeah. And when they leave that comment, they've got like 20 or 30,000 subscribers. Later in the day, they've got 50,000. A few days later, they've got 100,000. A few days after that, they've got like 500,000 subscribers. And then all of a sudden, the account goes away.
I wonder why.
But it's kind of funny to watch. It's like just over the course of the day, the subscriber count just goes up and up and up.
Yeah, I saw that with somebody's Instagram account.
And I go look at the channel, and they don't even have any videos. It's like, how do you have a channel with 200,000 subscribers and no videos?
Yeah, that's something hackery going on.
So I usually just ignore those.
Yep, that's what I do.
Not much I can do about them.
Delete the email.
I was just trying to channel my inner Joel Telling. He is such a model for good behavior when it comes to people poking at you like that, like just the way he acts on Twitter. It's like someone's all come at me, bro, and he's like, hey, if you've got something cool here, let's talk about it.
Or his other thing is if he actually made a mistake, and I'm the same way. If I screwed up, I owe you an apology.
Yeah,
I don't want hearsay to tell me that I made a mistake. I want
evidence.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the dude, and I don't have a problem with the guy, but the guy that builds that, what do you call it, hot in there?
No, we're not getting into that.
Well, he was busting on Joel the other day and saying how Joel's all scamming and everything. It's like, dude, really? Joel makes it very obvious when.
No, okay. So I talked to him. I talked to him for a while after all that, and not telling secrets outside of school or anything. But he has a history with Joel in some capacity. I don't know if Joel has the same history with him.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like, he has some history there about it. I don't think there's actually any real history there on Joel's behalf or anything.
Just like the way a stalker sort of imagines their prey or something.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not getting into the specifics about it.
All right. I'm not going to press. I'm not going to ask.
No, but I think it's
a miscommunication between languages.
I truly think it was a miscommunication, and this person who makes the thing
he's Russian, isn't he?
I don't care. I'm not talking about that llama. I was saying he gets fired up.
Yeah. No, he definitely gets
fired up. And I think
he said as much though on his. He's like, I got a temper, and sometimes it gets the best of me.
Yeah, and I respect that he came back and said it. Unfortunately,
I think it was a little late in the thread for that.
It hasn't gone away altogether from days ago.
Still?
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's still going on in Twitter about it.
No, and it's not just him. It's his Kickstarter people and stuff. Like it's become a thing that doesn't need to be a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a thing to die.
I'm pretty cheesed off right now. I'm not gonna lie. One of these thread holes,
I will say,
like the other,
is freaking sweet.
So all the rest, like all the thread holes, are just threaded in nice and smooth to seat these balls onto the thing. This one hole, it threads in and then it gets kind of stuck. And because it's aluminum, I don't want to just like crank on it. Right? Because if it comes off, that's the whole.
Dude, you got enough pieces, parts, bolts, screws, and that there.
No, the point is to have two working printers.
Hey, Jordan, I have a question for you. How much did that tower of power cost?
Some dollars.
Okay.
I didn't pay retail.
Okay. Well, if you had paid, what's retail on it? That's kind of my question.
Any dollars? It was all maple leaves.
Retail once was in the order of $700 or $800.
You only paid like $3 something. You said for it, right?
So there were $619 American when they were still being sold on the Predator website, on the Anycubic website. Then they went down to $339, but they don't exist.
Okay, why not?
So they stopped making them.
Continued it,
but why?
They remodeled it. They actually have the new one that's the same, right?
This is the new one.
Oh,
so it used to be called the Predator. Then it became the Anycubic Delta. And I don't know if it's just not made right now because of current world affairs, or if it's a forever thing. But also, those are American pricing. Like Ryan's putting some prices in the chat, and that's great. Those are American prices. I don't get a chance to pay American prices.
I was going to say they're actual dollar value. It's not maple leaf value.
But I mean, I definitely didn't. I didn't get them for like $300. That would have been amazing, right? That's just unheard of, even for a cheap printer, let alone a good one.
Well, that thing's got some issues with it, but nothing terrible, right?
Everything's got some issues with it, including you.
Well,
you're an issue.
Some issues.
True story, I am.
Dude, I've got like this really thick book written with all my issues, and that only covers about half of them. No, but I mean, there's a lot of people that actually like that Delta, but
so
he has a few issues.
Rob Pazza, it's got 2 of them. I know. Graphit just got one not long ago.
Actually, isn't that what Walter has?
Oh no! All I know is
he has a monoprice mini Delta.
I know he's got that.
That's the thing
is that
when the opportunity arose to get a Delta, I said yes. When the opportunity arose to get a giant ass Delta, I said yes. And then I found out about one sitting on a shelf in a warehouse that's never going to get sold, and I said, okay, I want that. So that's why there's 2 of them.
And now you have it?
Oh, you have 2 of them?
There's another box in the other room.
Oh, you bastard.
So the master plan is to use them, determine which one I like the best, which one lasts me the best, and then sell the other one when I'm all done with all this.
This is how Jordan found his way into the Delta Force.
It's just one of those things that right now, for what I'm doing, I need more production capacity. And I have the money right now to do it for the first time in I don't know how long. So I treated myself to a printer. Or 2. And my wife said yes. This is already. I'm like,
dosed her up on some good drugs that night. Huh?
So exciting! Look at this thing go.
That is that. I'm not big on Deltas, but I do love watching them print. They are like mesmerizing to watch.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Okay, cover strip. Carefully attach those deals. Oh, those are carbon fiber tubes, apparently.
Yeah.
Cool.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah.
The next part is to hang the extruder. That's the other thing about this particular printer I really like is the extruder is flying extruder.
Yeah. It's like a flying spaghetti monster.
They're doing that.
Yeah, I almost took one in the eye earlier, Brian. You missed it. But with that, you take out a lot of the weight off the gantry head, first of all, because it's hanging off the arms. But also you get that better Bowden retraction and everything because you're not trying to feed 700 mils. Like it's not like it's mounted here and it has to go all the way up and in.
Noodly appendage. There you go, Brian.
Although I've so far had to use 3 different screw sizes.
The first thing
you think they could standardize
rocket nose cone or something with it.
Oh, all right. We're gonna try to adjust here.
You gotta do some big rockety round thing because it's round.
Oh, I could just print a big giant Caucasaurus for you there.
Print a big BB 3D desktop trash can scaled up to the maximum print volume.
There you go.
Well, I could also use this to complete my trash walker project.
Yeah.
300%. 300% trash walker.
Is it motorized and follows you around and runs to catch whatever you throw into it?
No, this
that would be kind of cool.
It's not Mo. Mo.
No.
I'm just gonna leave you here. Don't die. Don't kill anything. Just relax.
All right, y'all. I need to go do the elliptical thing.
Gotta go work out, eh?
Gotta work out. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Brian.
Work out and stuffing potato chips in my mouth is what I was doing earlier.
I'm into fitness. Fitness taco in my mouth. Okay. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Later, Brian.
Bye.
I'm actually probably gonna bolt too pretty soon because it's almost 10:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this last little screw on here, and then I gotta to take care of some stuff. So I'm gonna bounce out now too. It's good to see you. Don't want to beat you. See you mañana.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Perfect timing. Later. Everyone's out. See you guys. Have fun.
Bye, all the people and the people.
People and the people. That was good. By all the people and the people. All right, we're off. Later, guys. It's been a couple 3 hours. Oh, my print is finished. It just finished. Anyways, I'm off. Later, guys.